a familiar playstyle, right? Against an opponent that maybe they feel a little more comfortable coming up
More
against.
awareness.
Yeah,
there.
absolutely, yeah.
Okay, well, plenty to digest throughout this one, and the proof is really in the pudding. Do we get a little fiery game out of EDG? Do we get a little bit of that kindling from what we saw before, but maybe across the line? Or is T1 just that little bit better developed? Does everything start to line up? And we dive straight into the matter. There's no real messing with it. It's a little bit of a pinch towards a 3-2 split, and the battle over towards A main is going to be really quite committed.
Yeah, Sire swinging all the way out. This is Spike is making his way off drop. The flank comes through. Ban actually finds nobody.
Okay, I was going to say the only exchange was for the site, but a little bit of a fight through there is going to help out. Give them a bit of security and instantly turn attention. Messiah player is just tearing them apart. It's down to 2. Smoggy and Kankan, what are you meant to do with this? A frenzy, sure, but already going to reveal the position. Life up for Trade, tries to dip away. Still sitting pretty low on 22 HP. That pain shell could have been a problem. The fuse started, and that frenzy's just out of form in that sort of range. Great damage, though, but nothing more to be seen. Messiah player so aggressive off the rip.
I mean, even there, a little bit of a panic there. Carpe comes off the defuse just as that 1 kill actually does come through for him, but a pacey hit here. T1, no secrets about the flank. I mean, no hesitation, I should say, to get that going. Almost conceding this up. They're happy to give up the plant, knowing or expecting the split to come through from drop. So really well navigated by T1 here in the pistol. Not really any investment on the other side of things. Chichu, just with a ghost. Actually 2 Bulldogs here and 3 Spectres, so a little bit of spread on the utility, but full shields across the board here.
And again, kind of checking in with T1 during their regular season, talking through some of their matches. This round shouldn't really amount to much. I'm looking at the likes of Van. I want to see him get confident early on. It was something the players discussed themselves. If he has a good start to things, if he starts feeling out that game, he's going to be up there. Again, when you've got someone like Sire player as well playing on that duelist, that's some potentially heavy hitters if Van gets activated. So I love to see him find that footing early on. But now, a little bit of contact, making no real subtleties about it, but they are working towards those orbs.
I was going to say, I was curious about the full shield purchase here from Kankan, but the fact that he had such a big start here in terms of the old progress towards Blade Storm, he throws the full shield in. He's only 1 away from the knives here.
He's really
and they're retrieving orbs, so there's a chance. He actually gets this online.
Looking at nobody, kind of almost.
Yeah, he's secured this area.
That's huge, and Van's gone down, so maybe that confidence gets muted for a moment. I'm waiting to see.
Munchkin has to police this weapon.
Yeah, this then kind of pulls another player away, but okay, so
this is huge, Lauren.
This is actually quite nicely constructed. They had that theory from the start. And they've got 35 seconds, to make something of it. Sitting super deep, they're going to hear this. Now, they've got to be aware of what's going their way. T1 has to know this problem. Side player tucked in towards main. He's to be sitting deep on this one. I don't think he can particularly swing unless there's some nice utility work. And Kankan's on the hunt here. He wants a little bit of blood to be drawn. Barely gets across the line. Down to 6 HP. This has to be incredible. And it is! Nobody at the same time. Just found Side player. And suddenly it's just Munchkin in a 1v4.
In the blink of an eye. Again, that full shield purchase paying dividends here. Munchkin has 60 HP and a Bulldog. What can he get done?
I don't think much.
Oh my God!
Absolutely nothing. Perfect planning from start to finish. They had a goal in mind, and my God, they got it.
I mean, I was looking at it, I was thinking, yes, only a classic coming in. He's going to go away for the ghost to drop. But there's no aggression, no proactivity on the side of T1 to deny these orbs. So, again, whether or not the awareness is even there, that EDG would try and pull this off. And it's huge for EDG to come back in here.
Talk about a tilter, though, for T1. That's
absolutely
frustrating. That's going to make him feel a little bit silly in that.
Left the back door open for Kankan to steal that round away.
On in, absolutely striding on through. Now, Bai sitting nice and comfortable with EDG. Great start as well. Going to continue that momentum on. Putting right back in, looking for that ult again. Spots another player. Do they try and close down on it? No, the support system's there, but Kankan and nobody. Light work. No work coming through from the other side. T1 can't get that timing right. No synergy off the swing. So for now, EDG just taking their time. But again, Kankan is just building that ult back up. This boy is on a mission. Finally put down. With a quick trade, now be T1 falling. EDG connecting around together. So as it stands, this is a very good start for EDG.
Kankan's 3 off the knives again. That's outrageous. Again, he will be the tip of the spear. Certainly for the next round, you'd imagine as well. And with the judge, maybe a pacey hit towards B here, try and close the gap a little bit. I'm seeing him on the south side of the map, so no chance for him to get up in towards tower, but maybe even just throw himself on site here.
Okay, so it'd be Munchkin and Ban to be the ones really put to task.
Is this red guard line up?
It's a little red guard.
Yeah, it goes all the way into tower here.
It is. So that does put Munchkin in a little bit more of an uncomfortable spot, forcing him forward or back. He goes for the challenge. This time it's Ban. He's Can comfortably, and Munchkin pushes forward. A little brazen on that.
Spike down.
Goes down to his own utility. But they do keep the numbers. 4 still standing to the 3 of EDG. But the site now looking a little bit more comfortable, maybe considering that plant could be coming through in a second.
Ban conceding a little bit of space as well. See if EDG can get anything done here. Almost a role reversal if you look at the minimap.
Yeah.
I think that's why Ban is playing this so deep.
Flash didn't find anything. Second, that's good. His turn, the Ban is ready, but he's just not on the case today. And they find success elsewhere as well. Zeta just went down too. So back down to a 2v2, but look at the HP on Nobody. Down so low here, but enough freedom to be able to at least forge their way towards that plant.
If they can get a comfortable post-plant position here, T1 all the way back through towards Halls. A chance here actually for Chi-Chi to find a position, but I think a little bit of paranoia setting in here. Turret goes down, he's going to play off contact.
Side player's got so much to work with as well. Paint shell, boom
Showstopper as well.
Showstopper if needed. Still got the molly from Carpe. They know where they're somewhat coming from. At least one of the players now confirmed. Smoke goes in, spots out the paint shell. That should be both players now. Chi-Chu. Hoping. Nobody's got a nice cross on this without smoke. It actually allows a really good angle, but he couldn't land it. T1 get themselves back in the picture here, turning it back around.
Damage done. They don't draw out the Showstopper though. That would have been a crucial ultimate to take away from T1. Even early with that flip. I mean, look at EDG's financial position. I said Can should now be 2 away. Yeah, 2 away from the Blade Storm once again. Yeah, an explosive start here to Fracture.
The tempo is off the charts, it feels like. Very, very brawly at the beginning. I kind of expected a little bit more composure.
I'll be honest, in terms of expectations, you do expect that composure to come from T1.
Yes.
And EDG to be the ones to try and really challenge that, disrupt the tempo a little bit.
B-stack. That's leaving Munchkin on an island. Yes, he's got his kit put down into place on towards the side, but need a bit of value from this here in this utility as well. Wonder what the plan is. When do they pull the trigger to try and hit that rotation?
We get both Nano Swarms down to deny. See the default plant and the open plant for main. And Munchkin turret will confirm presence here. Now, actually, yeah, Chi-Chu's here to pick up the flank coming through, but Ban equalizes.
Yeah, that could have gone way worse, it felt like. Chi-Chu could have been such a deadly problem. But now they're having to work their way through that utility. Has at least hindered some progress towards the plant, but they get back to it. About the minute marker now. Should be planted.
Planted.
EDG gets set up now. Let's look at the play back in on this. Still have that dish control. Thanks to Munchkin. And now they're built back in. Can just straight. He takes it the fight even further. Carpe's taking him out of the equation. Munchkin has to fall a little bit further forward here. Try and be a little bit more involved in this one. Taking the first couple of steps. And just beheads the player on the site. Now 2v2. How do they get the other 2 players out of this? The smoke is going to dissipate and they got ults to play with.
The Rolling Thunder comes through, going to slow things down, but they still have the molly to maybe stop a push coming back through the smoke. Yeah, they have to land this spam.
It ain't landed just
Not landed
yet.
just yet.
It's halfway, switching it up. I love that little adjustment on the half. The defuse comes through just in time.
I mean, Zeta's very lucky here. Like I said, Carpe's molly can stop any push coming back through that smoke. They had to find that first kill with the spam. And unfortunately, it doesn't come through. I think even Zeta repositioning on that stick of the defuse as well, yeah.
Most of the positions they've already cleared,
Exactly,
so a little
yeah.
switch
Tucked
up.
back into that left corner.
Super nasty way to play it, but
Heads
it works.
up play. And the timing here to come through, again, catching them on the reload. Beautiful stuff. Corner. Heads up. Going to protect this financial cushion even more. And we know what he got done last time.
Side player's got support. That flash is actually a little behind him. He can avoid the stun. So side player, playing with the finest margins here. This is a very, very precarious game. There's a whole team behind that smoke.
Showstopper and Orbital Strike, but they're pushed up deep.
How are you going to get this into effect? That smoke is all that's separating them. Carpe takes out Can. That's the tip of the spear now. Wanted unleashes the rocket in the pocket towards Nobody. And now just down to 3. And they've pushed further. What? A little unnecessary to my eye, and now punished back to a winnable scenario.
Chi-Chu's found nothing on the other side, though. Utility's still here, in place from Munchkin. And that's going to actually feed some information across the EDG. A little bit of a gap between. Ban's got a lot of ground to cover here to catch up, but expect Munchkin to just try and slow things down. Don't want to see him overcommit here. For a second, EDG's taking a long time to clear this.
Certainly has. You can see the pace being picked up by Ban just a touch now. Munchkin maybe want to get that timing right on the audio. Hearing those steps, can he creep a little closer? Munchkin steps away. He sees both, and he knows the other's on the side with him. Can he close down the gap towards Foggy? Looks to the left and catches him. Munchkin holding the site in the end.
That's a bold push back onto site there. Like I said, the gap between him and Ban, no chance.
No trades there, yeah.
Through.
Wow.
But luckily isolates. In that half second where it takes him to find the first, you get a little bit worried.
But speaking of worried, this star almost over pushing here.
I mean, T1 come out, they get into a 2v2 after that, so it's, yes, it seems a little overzealous, but EDG, I think maybe if they come out of that a little cleaner. See as well that paranoia to actually finally push onto B site, just setting in for EDG. Maybe on the back of the utility still being there. They're expecting a counter swing or two people to swing off that utility. Yeah, fiery start here to Fracture.
Yeah, no one's...
Sorry, T1 actually still looking as if they want to take this early round space away from EDG when they are playing so aggressively. It is actually something that EDG now have to respect. Well, they don't have freedom in the early rounds.
No, they certainly don't. I mean, you're looking at the likes of kind of Sire player pushing up, being aggressive. He had support there as well, willing to challenge, especially over towards kind of A-Hall. I don't think we've seen that aggression throughout the map just yet, taking as much space away, but again, it's fine to throw it in towards one side. I'm more than happy with that.
I guess in different facets we have, it's been a little more tempered towards B, obviously with the initial stack with Munchkin's utility littered across A site. There was no progress made, but they were ready to take a ball. They were ready to at least receive a ball on that B site.
But they were on the site by that point. I'm talking about progress. I'd love to see them trying to explore that option maybe throughout this map if they feel they can. But again, there's going to be that breaking point, right? You can't keep doing this, though. Surely, at some point, after this timeout, for example, EDG will have an answer. Right?
Well, I mean, it's whether or not T1 continue to set plays up like this. That's the question that sits for me. If T1 can keep winning these engagements, then in my eyes, EDG have to slow things down. Maybe that's something coming out of this timeout we will see. Again, not really looking towards an execute heavy. It's all reliant on opening duels and finding openings on the back of kills, not necessarily map control.
But I like this. Already seeing Ban taking steps over towards Arcade, going, getting a little deeper towards this. Yes, to be fair, Chichu, his positioning in the round just prior or the one before that was pretty deadly. Almost did bigger work. Seekers do go in, but the smoke's still in play. Stun is going to connect, and there's the orbital strike. But again, how much do they get off the back of this? That's not bad. Zeta's gone down. Left kind of in no man's land, and now there's problems towards the side. But look at this quick progress from Ban. His push through was everything, but do they continue on this path? They have full control on the other side of the map. Look at Chichu's positioning here.
Munchkin's lockdown, it doesn't really secure much towards site. Give EG a little bit of space to play with towards halls as well. Chichu, I don't think he's read Munchkin's reposition back here. He's not quartering spawn.
Carpe caught on the cross.
He has read it.
Okay. Chichu does so well in this regard, but Ban does get there back in time. He started to drift back away from that dish position, gets back towards the site, looks for the follow-up. Smoggy's there. It's looking a little rough around the edges, but he's got it. Trade comes in. Nobody's back in the game, and now 1v3. This is a lot to ask, and look at where he's at. A mile away and still being hounded down.
Kang still keeping him in place here. We'll remove the operator. Sire.
Ain't happy with that.
Yeah, letting them know. How long though? Maybe looking to try and retrieve this operator back.
It does I even expect this. That's the timing on this would be filthy. Just drifting away.
Slip through though, yeah.
I wonder if these players are ready to start toying with the crowd just yet. Side player now going to pull the trigger. And oh, come on! How did he adjust? I hope we got that replay, Mike.
That was a ridiculous snap to find the second. Or the third, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah, EDG desperate to retrieve that operator, but Sire shutting it down.
Because the timing on...
He actually saw the rifle come ahead.
Yeah.
Maybe Howdong just not reading the reposition back towards stairs.
Okay, so they keep open operator, but that's about all they got, right? Like, there's not much else behind that.
No. Some stingers here. The Rolling Thunder to throw into this and the orbital strike. T1 see the opportunity. Ban going exploring. Solo mission here. Howdong looking to hold down the fort as well.
Haven't been tested from the side yet, so I want to see how long he holds towards this, and they're coming back around. Timing's everything. Oh, they definitely know him. Ban gets away with his life. He's going back in. This man's mad. No, okay. Decides against it. But he's revealed a great deal of the intention from EDG.
Would have heard the stim beacon as well, so going to note that reposition of Howdong. T1 should have all the information they need to work off here. Saya couldn't land the headshot there, but
Munchkin! Wow! How has Munchkin disconnected 3 headshots back to back, and he wants a bit more? Saya player's going to take out Chichu, so it's all down to 1. Howdong in a 1v5. Spots 1, sees plenty more, but he ain't getting nothing from it. Munchkin! Where did you find those?
That is outrageous. We're saying just the operator coming into that, but it's the sheriff that makes the difference.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, that ain't bad. Yeah, that ain't bad at all.
And this is exactly the sort of round we were just talking about a moment ago. If T1 keep winning these sorts of fights, where's the new look to EDG? Where's that second layer in the playbook?
There's so many other things that T1 are starting to do as well. We've started to see that exploration by Dish coming out from BAM. We saw over towards Arcade. They're still throwing new things in, coupled with the likes of Side Player still by A main. There's so many problems that EDG are yet to fully address. Yes, they converted one semi recently, but beyond that, they don't have that overall conclusion to come up with yet. And now with the money where it's at, this becomes, it feels near on impossible. And instantly, I like what T1 are doing, sitting super deep. They don't need to take these challenges. They don't want to risk those rifles being dropped. They don't need to take any of that. They should be able to flourish like this. If everyone just lazily swings the corner, yeah, light work for Zeta does eventually fall. Good trade, nice positioning. Saya, just aim training on this. Can the last one alive. I mean, he's been a bit of a monster, but this would be a lot.
26 HP to work with. A lot of ground to cover to retrieve one of those rifles. Carpe tucked up here. Yeah, we'll find it.
Nasty,
Cuts it down. Love the commitment here. You've seen it from the POV of potentially an overcommitment to that opening duel, but that high-low setup on the site here is unable really for EDG to find anything coming out of holes. One away from the Blade Storm again, still with that lockdown available for EDG. And I'm really looking towards now building and execute around that. Actually coming close to having a lot of ultimates online.
Yeah.
T1 do have 3 of their own. Zeta still sitting on that Rolling Thunder as well.
Are they going back into the slaughterhouse here, though? Side player, he's got his ult there to play with if he needs it. He's got full support. Actually going to be forced off from this. Counter going to come in. So once again, unable to springboard anywhere. Counter flash, ult gets popped, so he gets held at the door, but he's held them back too.
Really nice way to mitigate that showstopper coming through from Saya. Now EDG have an opportunity to reset.
But I like the way he's going for facts behind this as well. Chichu is still here, that's one issue. Does he clear? Oh, the timing, just as he looked away. A little bit of a spray there for Saya, but it works out well in the end, and they've cleared the back lines. Ban now. Ooh, the timing was just right to check, gets away with his life. Munchkin could be up to some naughtiness here. Does get pushed out of the smoke though, and overwhelmed on the side. Hold on. EDG have made something out of this.
Themselves into a 4v3 position. Advantage for them, operating now in hands of Kankang as well.
Carpe going down should unlock full sight, really. Unless Saya can find some of the paint shell. No one in the smoke. It was a bit of a shot in the dark.
26 HP as well.
Yeah, so low, and nobody's position is rotten to try and get past. Unless Zeta can do something, get one of these players away from this crossfire. Saya play, okay, a shot like that will help. Not going to get the follow-up, Kankang's there. Zeta investing a lot for very little.
I said the timing maybe on Saya falling there. They went to springboard off that first kill that actually Saya with 26 HP gets away with cleanly. Yeah, definite miss there in terms of the investment of the Rolling Thunder. Had been sat there for a while, Munchkin, like you said, just pops out the top of the smoke. You see, it's as he switches to the shorty as well to try and find a kill as someone drifts inside. 2 rounds separating these two teams here, and gaps, I guess, starting to show in terms of T1's economy. Towards the end of this, at least. In that regard, EDG an advantage with this ult cycle. A little pacey behind the Trailblazer here.
Small adjustment too. Ban and Saya kind of switching up, operator in Ban's hand, so he's clearing as he goes. But they've cleared a fair amount and seen no pressure towards A, so they have been able to take this down. You wanted to see something like this, and it's in play.
Munchkin need a smoke to get off site here. Actually, late investment in the orbital strike. Maybe to try and catch EDG off guard. Setup will slow things down though.
Okay, Munchkin, do you get away? Actually does. Only down to half HP as well, keeping his life with all of these problems. Kankan just around that corner, unleashing a couple of knives, getting a couple of tags, but no frags to follow. It's nobody swinging in towards the side, taking down T1, leaving Sire and Ban, the other two who are on the other side of the map initially, to try and clear back in towards this. Already being considered though, Kankan's not going to let Sire player get away. And Ban, this would need a lot, and he ain't going to get much more.
On the edge of seeing 2 very different scores in this half, but it looks like EDG might just tie things up. I don't think they can get 4 rifles across the board for T1. Yeah, Bulldog coming through. Ban obviously has the Blade Storm, so he's the one to drop one across. Maybe a stinger for him, but EDG, again, looking so explosive in some of these engagements. And earlier on in the half, it was T1 winning out in some of those.
Yeah, I think explosive is such a key way to phrase it, because it is just kind of that doubling down on this confidence out of nowhere, even though when they were trailing, which is very surprising. But now, though, Ban going to have the knives. You can see those gaps in the economy very, very clearly here. That turret not ideal. As once again, Chichu just really trying to keep control. There is pressure from the other side. He is in trouble from that. Carpe, Sire player on the way. And actually, manhandle Sire player. Wanted the follow-up, doesn't quite get it. Ban with the trade, but look at where the other team are. They're already on the site. They've got it completely scot-free.
Actually, Kankang might even catch this rotate back through halls.
I like this. A little proactive, but still diligent. Very diligent from the other side too, but they've allowed the plant to come in.
How long does have the molly, so you probably want to retake some comfortable space here in halls. Have to dig a player out though. Carpe going to try and deny that. Actually, Molly invested here. Just to try and retain this control next to the box.
Okay, first kill comes in. This time Kankan goes down, and now Ban going to try and drift over. Smoggy finds Zeta. A knife in the smoke. Oh, it's so messy. Ban just gets deleted, and now down to Munchkin. Stunned up, forced out. He's got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. He's dead and gone. It's tied up all even here, Mike. This suddenly became a game.
What a crazy last round as well. Catching Smoggy with the Rolling Thunder prepped in hand, but T1 able to take that space back away. Like I said, yeah, the confidence flowed throughout this half for EDG, even when I felt like they were getting slapped in rounds that they were trying to be decisive in.
Yeah, to be able to rekindle that, to keep going back to it, feels almost wild to me, almost madness, but it's worked out well enough to get them back to his tempo, this pacing. Mike, is it sustainable for both sides to an extent?
I feel as if I feel a little more confident about T1 in the second half, just due to some, I guess, some gaps in using this composition that EDG had. With a double duelist, again, Zeta's having a quiet game, but at least on the defense, you're seeing that utility put in play to set up some of these rounds for T1. So that's what I got my eye on here, and actually what EDG can do to really absorb that and mitigate some of the value that potentially T1 can find.
Let's see how it begins. 6-6. Whoever picks up that pistol, it feels such a big victory working forward. Okay. Wow. That was a sheriff on one side gone. Ban, not in this round.
Again, it's almost an information probe sent out. Munchkin might even have a surprise here. You look at the minimap. It's talking about the lack of synergy with some of this utility from Smoggy, but there's a fault line set up here for the turret that's on top of the box. Munchkin, he hard clears him.
Okay, and now Smoggy's got to hold on to this pretty much by himself. He can only do so much. T1 have the site. The hard clear is obscene, by the way.
That's outrageous.
just to note, obscene. But it's still not truly secure yet. The plant didn't come in anyway, and look, and Kankan getting closer and closer. He can smell the blood in the water. Carpe's there. Zeta almost getting caught on that cross. He's doing the dance, barely standing. Okay, Munchkin's just nuts right now. Zeta takes a swing off the back of that contact on Munchkin, but the hero of this round is Munchkin in my eyes.
Absolutely. The setup was almost perfect there to catch some sort of swing back towards A site, but I'm not sure if it was just a wide swing and the turret didn't catch it until very late, but in that case, Chichu should be tucked up close to the left wall, not deep drop. Really, really bizarre. Alex said that was one of the things that potentially coming out of the first half, you want to see those sorts of setups. Find a kill or two here and there and lessen the numbers of T1. Kankan looking to get aggressive. He absolutely will find one.
This guy is out of this world the way he plays. And he got them that first pick last time around. Ban is living in the shadow of Kankan right now. Hard to break free. This weapon shouldn't seem so scary, but suddenly...
In those hands.
Yeah, and he's just apparently wild at these rounds, right? Remember before he got that ult so early on, able to turn what was the tide at the time. Now, on the other side of the map, though, away from Kankan, you're looking at the others, right? Who are kind of slowly but surely holding towards A main, trying to work towards it. This is very indicative, obviously, of that B takes. This once again puts Kankan right in the limelight, does get attacked, but no frag. Has to fall away, keeps his life, though. They haven't used so much to clear this one player. It is ridiculous. Plant going to come in. They are being kept on their toes now.
Down to 74, but still, numbers advantage for EDG on the way back through.
How do they break these crossfires? Carpe's position, tricky, but could be overwhelmed, but then the swings. Flash comes in, Kankan going to take the first couple of steps, spots the player. Oh, he's got him! Carpe's gone down, they know the other. They know where Zeta is. Can they try and maybe isolate him? No. Silent player holds him back, does the best he can. With very little HP, Silent player!
9 HP.
Heroics from him, called upon because Kankan made something out of nothing.
Terrifyingly close for T1. They bring just the Bulldog out of that. A clean opening, even here the Spectre. A lot of time had passed, but it's for EDG to really find a comfortable position to stack up. Sai has done so well to isolate two separate engagements when two players of EDG are actually huddled together on that push back from Tree.
That was just, what, one Marshall? One Marshall in Classics.
Last time it was... yeah, just
armor.
Just a full shield coming in.
There it is. Now, little scary times for T1. They don't get that comfortable purchase by any means. Two Bulldogs, yes, the rifles otherwise. On the other side, a nice buy coming out. Pace from T1, making no subtle moves about this. And the timing on Ban's approach is questionable. Kankan standing, but overwhelmed. Nobody still has his back, though. Ban on the trade. Spike is left loose, but the support's on the way. Smoke's still in place.
Yeah, Spike's in an awkward position, though.
One more smoke.
They have to, make use of this with the Cloud Burst, and will retrieve it. But it's a very safe plant. Munchkin has to find this kill, and he will do. Chichu
8
will
HP.
fall. They're going to give the numbers advantage across the T1 here.
Just bank it out with his life.
Smoggy didn't swing off that fault line.
That feels... Ban's got a second chance at life here, and he makes the most of it this time. 3 kills this round. None of it clean, it feels like, but it's all worthwhile. That smoke making difficult work here to work through. T1 then trying to slip back a little deeper, make that cross near on impossible. Yeah, I think he knows he's not really going to have much out of this. Maybe take down Ban. Lovely.
Threads the needle on that one. And the time has elapsed here. Munchkin try and catch him on the way out, and will do. Big round from him, shutting down Chichu very early on in that flank.
Yeah.
You usually see people reset towards that, especially in the solo position. Munchkin, I should say, the solo. Disconnected away from this, but Ban didn't take a single tick of damage on that execute onto the side, and that's crucial. Like I said, Smoggy didn't catch him on the fault line.
Here. Yes, they've had that great beginning, but EDG are scary to look at. They actually terrify me because they make rounds out of nothing. So I do want to keep eyes on Kankan in this round to see what he can achieve, especially after that first half performance and a similar scenario like this. But Sheriffs are joining it, so it won't be completely alone here.
A heavy stack, actually nothing out towards Dish here from T1. It's feeling all in off the rip. Stim going down, yeah, it's explosive here. take all this space away.
So the second one go. As Can. How much can one man do? Can they tee him up? Can those sheriffs be enough to do some damage maybe? As he gets a little closer, the plant's going to come in, so time will be on T1's side.
You almost wanted that aggression to come through now, though. Yes, the smoke was down, but T1 reset into a little more of a comfortable position, and Carpe will catch Can before he can get anything done.
And now it falls on the rest of EDG to try and retake towards the A site. Difficult. Chichu again spotted in this position. Zeta's going to connect towards nobody. No success for Chichu this time either. Starting to struggle in that regard, but this round a little unfairly fought. There's Haodong and Smoggy trying to catch any pixel out of place. Any shot to land, and Ban is having none of it. He wants it all. He's going to do so much here. That's what I'm saying with Ban. I want to see this guy confident.
Yeah, I think EDG here just they missed that window of opportunity to pull off one of those explosive rounds that we saw in the first half, and maybe the scoreline started to play a factor there. Early on in the first half, we saw them build up a big cushion. They feel a little more confident about maybe throwing a rifle or two away and getting a little more aggressive. We're not seeing that same approach here on the defense. And likewise, T1, in terms of diligence, in terms of coverage, there's no stone left unturned here on some of these approaches to sites. And it reflects here, 4 rounds unanswered. EDG will be back on the purchase here. Operator in hand for Can. Only got the Seekers in the hands of nobody.
You're right. I think that tempo change, that confidence dip from EDG is looking more and more apparent. Hard to keep that tempo where it was.
Off your feet!
It's now Chichu. Gonna hear all of this. He's got support from nobody, but it's Chichu to connect. Side player goes down. Actually gonna fall just around the corner. Ban called in as well, but nobody's not doing a whole lot of damage here. That's a problem. Ban snaps to attention, and the trade's coming in. This is just madness. EDG, we said that they weren't being as explosive. Now we've seen it again.
Well, actually, this is EDG getting ahead of T1 setting up. They're actually looking to deny some of these comfortable positions to invest utility. Beautifully done. I don't know if this is something that T1 have read into, that they felt like they had a little bit of space towards Arcade, but it's absolutely ripped away by EDG here. Again, 0 value off the Rolling Thunder on the way in.
Yeah. What does T1 do, though? Do they feel as though they've been handled enough? This is going to be Can with a whole army of players on the other side of this smoke. Munchkin very close to that ult. Now has it ready to go. This could prove problematic.
Got a lockdown and an Odin.
Disgraceful.
Got to be something set up for this, surely.
There's nothing to counter this. Yeah, time's back away.
Have to respect this.
Yep. Just about making it out in time. And trying to get back to business as fast as possible. But Plant's going to be coming in, so T1 get what they want from this. Site control. Now, is there a lineup? Is there something that Munchkin's been working on here? Because that Odin's got me questioning things.
The 2 nanos down.
Yep.
Carpe does have the molly as well. It's only really Ban that looks like he's going to contest here. Yeah, Sire player as well, over towards Arcade though.
The Ban, he's stunned up here. This is actually getting a little bit worrying. EDG, wait, where's the call? Smoggy walks in completely unawares of the position. The trade does come in, but by now there's problems. This can get so scary. Carpe does good damage towards Haodong, takes him down! Back to back, but nobody. Not going to fall just yet.
Orbital strike though. He can
you're
still
right.
stall this.
The time is everything. Nobody has to try and find the fight right now, and Carpe doesn't allow it to happen. Keeps the ult and walks away with the round.
The perfect way to play and execute off the lockdown, clear it all out, get comfortable post-plant positions. Even there, if Ban's isolated, sure, there's a chance EDG can catch the benefit of timing, but Ban still gets one.
I don't know how he
Stunned
did.
up, forced into that right corner on tower. Then Carpe, 3 kills in the blink of an eye. Flipped this right back in T1's favor.
It's massive. Takes the wind out of EDG's sails pretty much here. Now you're looking at the scrappy purchase. It's again on Can.
Oh, he still gets it!
Ban this time will suffer as the casualty. Sire player wants that trade, but he ain't sticking around. Well, actually, Can did have a second look, a little bit of a glance back towards it. And he's postured up on this, but the pack of hunting players behind him, they're slowly clearing out from Arcade. There is a time limit on this. If Can can stay alive, if he can keep them locked towards this, there's going to be trouble afoot.
So
But
much.
he has to back away.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to respect this player. He has been a nuisance, but EDG...
Sire's read it.
No way. No shot. Wait, Saya is looking this way.
Yeah.
He's looking this way so early. And he doesn't get stunned either. It's just too many people to handle. And EDG starting to do some damage. Recoverable weapons as well. This puts all the pressure on towards Munchkin, and he's dead. Even Carpe. Oh, that was almost through the door. That was ridiculous. Carpe, especially with the Seekers. His position's been noted. I doubt he's going to be able to do much about this. Not at all. EDG. Just leave Kankan on one side, send the other 4 out hunting, and you get around for yourself.
Solo anchor with the operators. Well, I believe just the Guardian brought in alongside that. Will deny T1 from finding the 12. And there's a moment here where Saya's ahead of the stun.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's scrappy for the first spray. And even then, the spacing isn't great from EDG. There's a chance Saya actually shuts down the first 2 or 3 potentially on that 4-man flank coming through on the north side.
They've broken the money right back, so 1 rifle for Ban, a couple of ults to be played with though, so certainly not without a little bit of danger to it, but sitting firmly in the hands of EDG. This time it's Chichu on towards the site. Haldong towards CT. And it's Pacey. Yeah, just trying to close the gap as fast as they can. Chichu in a little bit of trouble here. Once that molly dissipates, he's in no man's land. Tries to take one with him, turns in time, gets another. Ban's gone, that was the rifle. Now removed, and EDG making light work at T1 here. Comfortable work from Haldong.
Brings it within 2. Finding 9.
No more doubts. Ready.
Some ultimates starting to stack up now for T1 though. 1 off the Rolling Thunder, Orbital Strike, Blade Storm, and the Showstopper in play. But Chichu going huge here.
Enemy down.
Yeah,
Shut this down.
And just taking Ban away, who had that 1 rifle to me. That's the important part. If he
Melee as well, yeah.
How did he 180? Because that molly was just coming, dissipating, just about to kind of run out of its effective amount. But very impressive. Knives for Ban this time, so can circle around the bite.
Out of my way.
Operator in play for Kankan, though, forced away by the early flash. And actually, there's a player hunting you down, but Kankan, oh, it doesn't quite connect this time. It's madness. He's actually got it. Ban, the one to find it. And now it's all getting messy here. Side player goes down, but from the grave will take it back through. This is ridiculous. A 4v3, and you're right, they're kind of going back in, trying to find that timing plot. You have to go down. Nobody on the site, still with flash to play. Takes down the player with a spike. Good trade as well from Smoggy. Great positioning, knocks one towards tower, but it's Chichu's got his side. And now all on Ban, the 1v1. Oh, he almost got it back. He almost got the operator out, but Smoggy just handling it.
EDG have bodies here so quickly because Kankan feels the pressure. Ban finds it with a shorty. Rolling Thunder sent towards site. And EDG swarm with this pre-take. That's beautifully done. There's a chance there.
There was a second.
Yeah.
There was a second. I got so nervous.
And desperate to try and find the reset to scope back in. Well,
Gosh, just a sign. Don't know about it. 11 to 10. Almost back in the game here. EDG.
broken by again though.
Yeah. What do we have this time? Couple of Guardians. Oh, yeah, not pretty. Ban at least has the rifle, but that's about it.
And meanwhile, EDG have built up a cushion. So they can play these a little more scrappy now as well.
T1, okay. Quite clean in intention. Leaning towards that A site.
So they clear him.
Smoggy, ooh, a little slow on that one. Munchkin gonna get the upgrade and get away with his life. Huge. Should be closed down on now.
It should be perfect.
And the ults there as well for Haldong. This now is a lot of utility to be able to combo together.
Strike maybe going to get posted behind here. Yeah, towards Paul. So it doesn't put one up. Messiah's found one. He's found 2.
Getting 2 there is, it feels almost unreal. Unbelievable. Nobody in Kankan. What are you meant to do with this one? Quickly towards the side though. Kankan's there. Flash ready. Gonna post the ult.
They have so much to stall though. Molly and Orbital Strike still for T1.
They're gonna have to get through him somehow then. No one's peeking. No one's giving them anything. Just Ban trying to take a little bit of a fight here with a double swing. Saya heroics again. How is he pulling that off? The 2 kills he gets are everything.
Beautifully done, and this is the intention all along. EDG want to isolate somebody behind the lockdown and ahead of the Orbital Strike, but Saya digs his heels in with that Guardian. The Munchkin gets this, but again, it pulls Haldong, it pulls Kankan. They have to deal with Munchkin. Scrappy on the second, yes, but regardless, Haldong falls. And Saya still cleans up. T1 on 12 now.
Yeah, but breaking the trend, it was 3 back-to-back, and you noted it, they had money, EDG. Enough for a buy this round. And it looks like T1 once again back to their pacey ways. Carpe does have the ult, and Ban's already on in. He's really come alive in this half. Does Chichu manage to survive this fight? Yes, with Howdong by his side, they take down Munchkin, so they secure some safety. The plant's going over towards the site, though. That should be down pretty soon.
Taking a while though. Kankang still over towards A site, conscious of a lurk coming through. Orbital Strike will force somebody forwards. Carpe will find nobody, but Smoggy shuts down Saya.
It's a 3v4. Ban, Zeta, and Carpe. If they can close it out now, they will. And oh dear, Kankang still standing, just a little bit of a dip away, and then for the second time of asking, he gets it. Ban's gone. It's Carpe and Zeta now. Zeta does well, and so does Carpe. And now just down to 1. Howdong, how much more can you do in a 1v1? Howdong can't do it. Zeta gonna hold him back. And T1 scrape. I love it when players and teams say that. It's like, well, we're going to play the opponent's game.
I'd hope you're going to play your own game on a map that you're 6-0 on.
Yes, and it does look good for them. So we're going to find out if they can truly rekindle some of that kind of spark from map 1. They haven't taken it too heavily, because that would have been a souring loss as well. Close enough to make it feel competitive for the loss at the end there. Now, T1 will be trying to hold back EDG, who get to set the pace on that attacking side.
And really, my eyes go towards Smoggy once again on this breach. And not massively concerning, but EDG can pivot back towards finding a little more value from that utility, or giving Kankang something else, not that he needs it, to build upon.
I like this lean back towards B, though. Oh, the timing. That could have been devastating, but Kankang, now the timing's great. Gets to dip away as well, unable to be traded there. Zeta left in the dust of that. Beautiful. And still, shoulders for more. This guy, the timing is so good, corralling them to the back of Garage. But you're right, Ban does find 2. So suddenly this round becomes a little bit more competitive than it was. Saya player still alive. Chichu, the range on his frenzy apparently is wild. Saya player needs him clean, and they ain't. EDG, good start here. Talk me through that start, though, that beginning of the round.
Well, this feels crazy that T1, without the investment of the Killjoy utility towards Garage, they obviously note the Dark coming in. There's nothing in there to kind of confirm presence from EDG, but T1 kind of just turned their backs to it. As soon as this pressure comes through onto B side, Kankang in a position to find so much freedom. And really bizarre if you're going to make that sort of adjustment in what you'd expect to see from a Killjoy setup here, particularly on the pistol.
Yeah, there was a mistake made, and you can see what can happen when you leave that gap open for just a second. Gets exploited quick. This time Sire player looking to challenge Kankang. This guy doesn't stop. Again, going to take down Sire player.
Just smiling and nodding on the player cam as well.
And T1, we've got Sheriff on Ban. Beyond that, it is just classic. So, did he just tag him as well?
Yeah.
Right. Right, fair enough. No, that's perfectly reasonable, Kankang. Yeah, fall away. He's looking for another. The way this guy plays, it's just ridiculous to watch, isn't it?
Oh, he's letting him off. Look at the spacing on the minimap. It's just him. It's only him.
He's charging him down with a Marshall. We're a Masters. Kankang, you can't be doing this. This is Masters Tokyo. What are you doing?
It's another situation where he's got a Blade Storm within the first 3 rounds. Well, within the first 2 rounds, I should say.
I'm sorry, he just went hunting with a Marshall.
So the moment you look at the minimap there, there's nobody with him. He's just, I mean, Ursula's like, yeah, all right, mate, yeah, we'll head on to C-site.
Gonna get the plant.
Yeah, gonna get it. Yeah.
Just hold B.
Anything happening over there? Nah, not much, no.
Kind of
Blade Storm, mate.
Oh, wow. Well, they get a little bit of fun out of this, don't they? So, Blade Storm's there. For T1, a little bit of a welcome to map 2, isn't it? He's still lurking around, isn't he?
I think has he actually popped it? Now he has, okay. So a little bit of paranoia just off the sound cue here, surely for T1. That fracture round going to be stuck in the back of their minds.
I'm not sure if they've noted Kankang's progress yet, because the dart, I think, connected to one behind.
Stunned up.
Okay, does get held back for now. It's going to be a little bit of a window of timing to maybe clear here. Let's see. Okay, nobody's done very well to find Munchkin. Gets to keep himself safe from the reveal there. And now looks for more. It's Smoggy to find it though. It's not just him, he's taken the space, yes, but the rest of his teammates are thriving in this. Saya player, the only one to really answer back here, cycling those weapons even further away, making it very difficult and giving them something to work with too. Now 3v3 with Chichu going down, this opens up an opportunity. This is when Kankan does need to come alive. Does get the tag, not the frag, gets the fall away. How long gonna find Saya player? Good trade. No one to come back in on that either.
One enemy
I was going to say, does he find Smoggy? Just how long left?
His position. Oh, it's bizarre. He's in no man's land, but the HP is incredibly low. Ban.
No way.
There's no way. There is no
Surely
way.
not.
How long are you going to check that, right? You're going to check that? No way! Does Ban get away with daylight robbery?
25 HP, balls of steel to sit inside the smoke.
Yeah. Of course you do that. Of course you do.
Unthinkable. He sticks this through.
Come on.
That is wild.
Oh man, we've just had some obscene rounds in this, haven't we already? This is round 4 coming up, by the way. We've just seen some madness to begin with. Okay, let's kind of bring this back in. Guardian out for Zeta, Bulldog with Munchkin. 3 rifles beyond that. Saya player has a limited lifespan but can get away. Dash gonna save him in this. Gonna slip back into a little bit of a dirty angle here.
Deal with the camera, and T1 looked to repeat this same sort of setup with Munchkin set up towards A. Oh, well, turret towards B, but it tasks Saya player to hold down Garage and basically second mid with
Wow.
a lot of pressure behind it, but Chichu actually caught here on the retreat back towards window.
How far up does Kangan get? About there. The timing's really nice for the trade. Smoggy keeps them competitive in this, and Munchkin has to dip away. A good attempt from Carpe to swing from the back of the side there to try and maybe alleviate the pressure on Munchkin, but he's back clearing this quite quickly. Does he get a chance to have a little look down long, or does he even dare to go that far? They're worried about the back line.
I was going to say, Smoggy's very tagged up, so he needs a second player here. It's going to be a third, actually, swinging through. EDG going to stack up as 3.
30 seconds
This could
left.
be another big round for Ban here, if he gets away with it, if he gets unseen. It's actually all Munchkin, 2 big kills, and Ban wanted to try and help out there. Gets out of danger immediately and just falls away. Buys a couple of seconds to allow for Saya player to get towards the site. The plant will come in, and I'm pretty sure no one's going to double check this hit. Nobody. Trying to maybe find out where Saya player is. Noted earlier towards Garage, but that's about all he knows.
Nobody slipped away, though.
He's got himself towards Hell here. There's an opportunity. As said, knowing where Ban is one thing. The second being Saya player is another! And it's a jump scare, but he seems unfazed. Another 1v1. He knows Ban's on the side, he's close by, and nobody Ban! Yeah, that confidence starting to brim with this player. Spins around and deals with him. Diffuse on the way. This time, no problems on the other side.
Back-to-back as well from Ban to close out rounds here and find the defuse. This one a little different.
On the other side.
Clock to try and buy time for that smoke, or one smoke to come back online, and Saya feels a little desperate with that drop into Hell. And nobody plays this timing perfectly to reposition. Yeah, definitely a chance for that one to go amiss.
We'll see how proactive Saya player gets in this. Yeah, straight down C-Long. Paranoia was sent, everything to invest into this. They're trying to close that map down hard. There's been so much pressure once again on Munchkin though, soloing out this side. Smokes are in, I think he needs to fall back at this point. Yeah, it's just a little overwhelming here. Kankan gonna clear through. No, it's nothing. There should be time for that plant to be on the way.
Fine time for this flank to come through as well. 2 players of T1. The backline, Zeta actually gonna throw the Hunter's Fury through to buy
time.
even further time.
Yeah, lovely. Didn't catch that cross there. I thought maybe could have tagged that Pow Dong on that, but not to be. But the flank is in quick. The map is feeling small here. Down to a quarter of it. The Saya player, the first to take those couple of pressure steps forward. Joined by Carpe, gonna try and pressure towards Long. He's got a challenger though on the other side. Vulnerable. Nobody had the bow to hand, and Haldong actually a little too close for this. Swings in, doesn't find Munchkin. Munchkin finds him, and now down to Chichu and Smoggy. How much can you achieve? Not enough here. Chichu already tagged up, already spotted. Diffuse started, and Saya player perfect on the way back in.
T1 looking very decisive here I've got their footing in terms of ultimates coming online, a couple of rifles bought into this, yes, but a broken purchase. Still, the game plan visible from the get-go, conceding the space. Munchkin doesn't necessarily buy a lot of time or value with his utility, but even so, Saya and Carpe on the flank, making things a little easier for T1 on the way back through. G2, by the way, forced into a corner all the way on long, never tries to shut down this flank towards sewers. Actually, you can see there the recon comes through. I think nobody's expecting it to be way back in lobby. G2's not shouldering that after the camera's removed.
A little bit of an error maybe occurring. Now, looking at the buy they've got coming out here, there's not much to it. You've got that one rifle with Smoggy. The rest of EDG scraping together what they can, a couple of light armors here and there, but this is good for T1 though to kind of temper some of this early progress that was being made mostly by Kankan.
I'm looking for the moment where they try and overwhelm Saya here in Garage, because there's definitely an opportunity. How long? Find the plant. Back out, doesn't actually get tagged up. Well, does now with the spam, but we'll be able to reset. The lockdown comes through and it's a full 5v5 here. EDG have to try and make a move.
They do. Chichu going to find Ban. That does unlock the chance to get through from Garage, but it's going to be Smoggy still holding the back of this. Carpe going to be holding this down though. The lockdown comes in. He gets taken off it though. Diffuse held away for now, and Chichu's position does get noted, but does he get the farm? No, Munchkin gets back to business. Diffuse going to come through, and it's perfect work at the end from T1, but they lost so much on the way to that.
Absolutely, comes down to just Munchkin left standing. Chichu forced all the way onto C site, by the way, to avoid the lockdown.
All the way around, didn't he?
I think even there, I just missed. Yeah, Chichu gets a kill in the mix. Smoggy caught by the lockdown, detained. Nonetheless, T1 close out. A fourth defuse, by the way.
Yeah.
So EDG taking this, every single round, right down to the wire. But need to start converting some of these positions. T1 holding the lead right now. Only 2 rounds, yes, but 4 defusals. Got to feel a little rough for EDG.
Maybe a pace change here. The rifles are out. We've got a couple of ults to play with as well for EDG. Good amount of utility as well. So they've got what they need. They've been getting themselves towards the site, as I said. They've been getting the plants, as you noted. But it's that next step of holding in those post plants. Those retakes have been delightful to witness from T1. Yeah, a little messy in the last, but prior to that, you've been just converting them. Still high tempo of its own variety, but Munchkin going for a little bit of a look here. What happened to the cat with all that curiosity, but he's got Carpe by his side. Is the timing right? Does the contact come in? Munchkin takes a look and he wins it. He gets to fall away, and that's devastating. How on down? Where are your smokes? Where's your chance towards that site now?
Second swing on that. There's 3 players stacked towards long, and Chichu all the way back in lobby.
That's a question we'll talk about after this round concludes. Is Kankan going to get towards the site? He gets a free kill towards Munchkin, essentially. No follow-up, though. Zeta there to fill the void, but do they know nobody on the site already? No, not at all. Nobody gets away with it. And Smoggy's got the follow-up, too, this time. Favorable numbers. Maybe this time they can win that post-plant conversion. Taking their time, though, here.
Lots to work with. Neural Theft going to come through, but a Paranoia, a dash, 2 Cloud Bursts for Saya to work on the way back through. Does he dash straight onto this?
Yeah, he is. Paranoia landed as well, but he's going to come out of it about now. Smoggy does take down Ban. Saya player falls. Smoggy with a critical round there for EDG.
Once they get this clean first blood, Munchkin resets back into a position that Smoggy's fault lined a couple of times now. I mean, at that point, you want to see Munchkin playing back towards site, even towards hell, or completely off. They have numbers advantage, and it's held on the full, so that execute feels a little weaker. You basically just want to wait out Kankan. He's the only one that can create space with no smokes here.
It's such a telltale sign of how close this has been, considering that now, even after those 4 in a row, 1 loss, and they're back down to very little money here for T1. Just the Marshall and Sheriffs with, I think, a classic thrown in for Zeta, and that's about it. So, it can be hard to deal with. Zaya play with an opportunity early on, but couldn't quite convert towards the kill. They all need a hobby. Maybe let's focus on the game. It's going to be a free C site, but we're looking at the backline being pressured here. Chichu, does he get overwhelmed? Yes, that's a rifle now available. So who can that go into the hands of? Plants in. Smoggy brought back towards long. And T1 looking for those next steps.
I was going to say, yeah, you don't want to see Carpe actually get a kill here, because Rolling Thunder could be the catalyst for T1 to actually throw everything at this retake.
But when do they get it started?
Standing ahead.
Dart goes in, finds nothing
Toying with the
close.
idea now, Lauren.
Yep. Can. Paranoia sent, they got to make something of this, and they have. Carpe does have a kill and no instantaneous trade. Can is going wild right now, and Carpe's just answering him in kind. But a 1v2, what are you meant to do about these last couple of players? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Maybe feels like there might be a tech coming after that.
Yeah.
Dare I say it? Will it into existence, but definitely looking a little frustrated with what was going on there on the player camp.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that.
And it's only really that Kang and nobody find kills here that I guess removes the possibility to invest that Rolling Thunder.
Nothing? No timeout?
I'll say nothing.
Yeah, you kind of willed it into
Nope.
existence.
No,
Well.
Get out of my way.
Okay. Back to business though. 4-4, EDG close the gap once again. Instant intention towards that C side. Going to put the likes of Ban on red alert. He's just going to evacuate the site, and probably the right choice at this point.
EDG starting to explore elsewhere on the map here, and T1 will be tested in different ways now. Early Paranoia comes through.
To what
No
end?
swing on the back of it.
Yeah, there was nothing to make of it. That was a little lackluster, and Can goes walking. This time he's going to be found. Backline tested, this time flank is held. Chichu succeeds, that side player gone. Now look towards Smoggy, and actually Munchkin, the turret's going to do enough to take down Smoggy, so we are into a 3v3. Calling back the likes of Chichu towards the side because they're getting flooded. Munchkin's here, Howlong goes down. Nobody, the position not ideal. Handled, and now Chichu with it all to do. He's in trouble. 3 players on the other side, but time is on his. And time is everything here. Diffuse going to get to at least halfway. He's going to find one. He needed more. And I don't think he's going to be able to deny it. He cannot. T1. Diffuse going to come through.
Chichu a million miles away from this, by the way. So the fact that he actually shuts down the flank, is able to get back in a position, but I think that's actually a big indicator for T1 to pile on the pressure onto site. They then know the numbers. But yeah, a little strange in terms of the Paranoia investment here, especially if you have the Rolling Thunder. You can clear so much space there with just those 2 investments.
Let's go.
Nonetheless, T1, a 5th defuse on the board. A 5th round on the board.
He knows his lines. Reads them perfectly. Can going to take down Sire player, who's been basically in the pocket of this man the whole time. There are bodies behind this, but removing Sire player is huge. You're going to see T1 having to respect this. Slipping a little deeper towards A. EDG can take their time. Feels almost incorrect to say that about them. They never want to take their time, but they can. Still over a minute to play with, and they got that first pick so quick.
Yeah, no re-engage here from the side of T1.
Right there.
Carpe drifting back behind default. Look, he might get caught with that fault line this time around. Has to deal with the dart as well. Doesn't actually get caught.
Okay, he's got a little bit of life to him yet, but Can's on the site. Down so low, 5 HP, and now this is just manic again. Carpe with a swing. And the 2v2, this just seems ridiculous. I don't know how we're here. State's still alive. Where's the next layer to this? Chichu finally swings through from sewer. There's Ban in a 1v2. Paranoia 2 smokes and TP.
Spike planted.
Chichu sat just tucked in towards the corner. Howdong vulnerable on the site. Barrel shows! He didn't switch in time.
Yeah, no, I don't even think he's about to clear that corner.
No.
Expecting both of them to be stacked up here. EDG convert here, tie things up. And the fun's starting to dwindle here for T1. Lockdown to play with, Ban has his ultimate, but they do settle on in terms of investment here. Zeta, a frantic scramble to try and find another weapon, but it's awkward when the swing finally comes through from Suez here. Just the Guardian in the hands of Sire. Operator in hand for Can once again.
Sire player is having such a problematic day at the office. Howdong going to fill the gap that he left, unable to explore. Going to leave Carpe to it. And it's going to be Carpe to be the first victim of this. Still going to continue that progress towards A long as well in the meantime too. Munchkin getting it caught drifting. Chichu doing well once again. But Sire player, that's not bad. Hold on. Bait him out a little here. How long? He's going to be tagged up down to 51. Lucky to be static. Goes again. That's audacious. And nobody over-delivering with the second there. Zeta going to fall unable to trade that kill that could have been critical, but now down to just ban. 1v3 with just a Sheriff is a lot to ask of anyone. If he could do some more damage though, that would be fantastic, but...
Clutched up a few times for him, but this is a tall order.
I mean, he gets a little play on this, right? Like, not much, but a little. They're both sitting towards sewer. They've got a lot of utility. But he can get
Time to play with as well.
Yeah, he can get a little closer here. Cover going on. Pops up the smoke, and he's dead. Okay, nobody in unison with Smoggy. Not going to let any real threat build of that.
6-5 now. We're into round 12. Ultimates in favor of T1 here. 3 off the Hunter's Fury, 4 off the Rolling Thunder, so probably won't see them, but Blade Storm and Lockdown to work with here. Haldong does have his TP. EDG looking as if they might explore to C once again, or at least Kankang's over there with the operator. Maybe just going to swing on to this.
I mean, they have been having some backline pressure coming in, maybe not a bad idea. We haven't seen him drift this way, but now he's got support. He's not alone by actually any means. He's brought 2 players with him as well, so... Wait to see if someone does come walking through. Yeah, definitely expecting pressure towards C long. But with no attention drawn towards A, I doubt they're going to kind of pull the trigger on this. So looking to see if nobody can draw that interest. Absolutely not now.
Clean opener. Problem being EDG look to pressure towards Ban. Ban's got the timing right on the smoking, but they're ahead of the smoke.
Massive. And yeah, pick found, Ban's gone down, and the site's now pretty much available. Should note at least a little pressure from CT, so they know there's still players around, but they're going to have a plant on this.
Halfway full util. So Blade Storm still to work with. Munchkin does have the lockdown. So an opportunity here for T1.
Oh!
Munchkin's fallen.
Well, there goes a huge piece of the kit they could have brought into this. And you can tell how frustrated he was with that. A mistake made. And Chichu going to hold on to it with both hands. It's on Sire player now. It's on Zeta. It's on Carpe. Zeta's done his work. Oh, there's another vulnerable target with a flash. Just going to catch Sire player. And now T1 want to try and close that gap, but Tynan is running. Oh, Sire player delivering well. Smoggy answers right back though. Defuse going to be started and ain't going to be stopping. He's got to do it and he does! Sire player! Perfect work.
What an absolute fumble to not get the lockdown there. Re-swinging onto that angle, but Sire bails them out. A 6-6 half. The first time we've seen a 6-6 half on EDG's attack since March. Beautiful stuff.
I think came from Shrek at one point about onions and layers. Are you a fan of Shrek?
Yeah, I had no idea where you were going there.
Good. Just like to carry
Absolutely
on
none.
Yeah, no worries, but we can go back to the topic of 6-6, right? It's a very close half. Now, map 1 was also 6-6. We had an explosive second half on map 1, so it kind of kept true to trend. But I think you highlighted it well, kind of the expectations have changed knowing previous results here.
Yeah, for sure. And you look at the timeline there in terms of the nature in which T1 were closing out rounds was very impressive. I come back towards the composition discussion here with Chichu and ultimately Zeta on the other side of things. His ability to shut down and mitigate damage or value from that utility. Again, I guess the second layer to that being Carpe. How well can he set up Sire once that utility is removed?
And look at this trap.
This is, yeah, a stark contrast to how T1 approached the defense to Garage.
And the smoke's gone in, so they know they've lost that C site. He can check the camera if he wants. He already knows it. Now, does Munchkin get the timing right himself? It's devastating. As soon as he looks away, EDG flood through of Garage. Now they want back towards the site. The spike is down, though, so T1 have got what they wanted from that.
They don't opt to reset deep on this either. They're happy to take these engagements on site.
Willing to brawl EDG is a dangerous game to play, and Sire player could be caught in a bit of no man's timing here, forced to give away his position. Hold himself up, but actually got to go further. The timing is gorgeous, and so is the shot. A great trade from Kankan, though. And they're just back and forth in the whole way until Smoggy got there. Kankan up towards long, closed the gap. Good retake this time.
This is heartbreaking timing as well. Soon as it hits the 60-second mark, EDG go exploring. Munchkin just can't react quick enough to the turret. EDG will find the pistol here. I said I'm curious actually of how they do approach this defense towards Garage. And where actually Chichu's going to prioritize the utility. See, lots of opportunities with the Cypher here to spread very thin, right? Have the spy cam on one side, have some traps just to kind of secure the entrance to some sites. Looks like actually here might just be one towards Garage and allow a much deeper hold here, but wait for a full buy round to come through. Saya, let's throw a scope in here. Light shield as well. We'll spot nobody on the other side of things. T1 stacked up here. Munchkin does actually bring a Sheriff into this.
Okay. I mean, Saya play, the bar was set quite high by what Kang did on that first half with the Marshal. Now, you might have a fair fight on one, but the second...
Yeah, how do you dig nobody out of there?
Yeah. Well, maybe... Like that!
Like that!
That's absolutely how you do it! Land the shot, and now Smoggy called upon, and Smoggy's been really nasty already! Almost had them all. Not in this round, though. Leaving a small chance here for T1 to do a little bit more. Weapon just switched over. No plant yet until now. So plant gonna go down. They do the best they can. Zeta, nah, not gonna happen, and Munchkin overwhelmed. Good damage, couple of threats, and a plant. So not the end of the one or the worst thing for T1 to walk away with, but EDG happy with the round.
Yeah, Kang just gets a freebie here. Wrapping into heaven.
Yep.
Luckily, the cleanup comes through, but I mean, ticking the box, right? Some damage done. They get the spike planted as well, an extra 300 in the bank for them. A beautiful opener from Saya. I think they're expecting this to just be a solo anchor towards 8. They have no awareness that Smoggy's going to swing on from a very close position on default. Again, traditionally, you see that dash onto the right side to clear that area, but Saya actually paths back towards the left side.
Michael, I'm seeing Kang, and I'm seeing a whole lot of bodies on the other side.
And a big gap between him and Chichu.
There's the first. Saya player goes down. He falls away with almost no threat, and the 3 players on his team already start flooding through towards A-Long. Another. The readjust gorgeous 50 HP, and he still wants more. The cage in place, so he gets a second of respite here as they close the gap. Another for Kang. This guy is playing it perfectly. One by one they face him, and one by one they fell. There's no way you get away with that.
This guy don't miss. 4 kills on the round here. A chance to find the ace, but snatched away from him. EDG stamping some authority here on the second half. Again, a huge gap between him and Chichu, but the faith to leave Kang on this island, again, slightest of margins in terms of the timings on the swings here from T1. Usually in that situation, it's like he's stacked up. Yeah, an operator might get one, but you know, we all swing onto him, get the trade. It just doesn't come through for T1.
I just love how well he was able to isolate them as well, just kind of divide and conquer. Just gorgeous work. And it's kept T1 basically back down to very little. Sheriffs, Spectres, Marshals, trying to bring what they can in, and EDG get to start really enjoying that little bit of pocket money they're building up here. Oh, better purchase. Couldn't ask for a better start in the second half now. It's in nobody's turn here. He does have Smoggy not too far behind him, and Smoggy's been very good for it. They have to commit, and this time it ain't working. Ban does eventually take down nobody, but that does not mean you get past Smoggy here. Yeah, EDG very much in control. Leaving just Zeta. He does get held on, but the trade's there. So EDG comfortable in that round. A little bit threatening, but really, he weren't going to get past the last 3.
A 4-round gap. T1 need to answer back now. The finance is starting to swell for EDG. Even here, I'd say 3 off the Hunter's Fury, yes, but Bladestorm and Rolling Thunder available, and Kang comfortably holding on to that operator. T1 will walk away. Again, a chance for a light shield purchase behind this, and very close to a lot of playmakers in terms of this ult cycle, but
look at this 4-play stack from EDG, though. 4 players over towards the A side, leaving full faith in Chichu to control, and the pace from this man. The amount of control off this is huge.
The spy cam holding down B as well. The smoke goes up now after they've cleared all this space outside A lobby, but T1 are going to miss the timing unless they're decisive here.
Hard to be decisive when you're walking into the unknown as well. They have
Well, now, yeah, after the first 45 seconds have passed, there's a lot of question marks across the map here. EDG have forced T1 into almost making a very desperate decision, sorry.
Maybe we start considering there's a flank in play, but again, they just have so few answers. Pressure first noted towards Garage, really. They start to look towards C, and C very little. Chichu finally gives away a little bit of that presence, expects someone to swing from Garage, and he was right to feel as such, but keeps his life here. Zeta's got to be careful, looking to maybe hunt him back. This is all on the flank here, and the plant's yet to go down.
30 seconds left.
Got the Rolling Thunder available here. Zeta will find one, but Chichu will equalize. Munchkin has to back up Carpe. He dips back in.
Okay, here come those ridiculous trades, but there's nobody to double down. Munchkin holds it back from Garage, tries to find one towards CT and does, leaving it all down to Sail player. Find it very weak and nobody trying to work their way through. T1 not out of it yet, but down to just one player.
Again, this was the game plan all along from EDG. The utility basically covering C long, Garage, and any lurk onto B site. As 4, EDG look to clear on through A. They find all the space, but convert it to nothing.
The amount of ults T1 is.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, with that round, T1 get everything online. They throw nothing into that, even as it comes online. They still got to chip away at the bank now. The bankroll of EDG, sorry.
Kankang's got room to work here, and once again, rinse and repeat, run it on back. He's going to find Sire player. He avoids all the utility, but he can't avoid Ban. Yes, he can! Dips away, and he's still standing! He's still doing damage! Ban's in the middle of CT, he's trying to find something further. Chichu's got him dead, and Kankan, how is he? How is he doing that? How is he doing that? I've never seen
That is outrageous! It's actually ridiculous. How does he still flip that back in EDG's favor?
Watch this again. Cool, that's nice. Already the fact that he's gone here after Ban was up towards, you know, up in heaven there. And then this. I'm quitting.
T1, I think, hitting the panic button here. A little bit of a tilt timeout called because...
That was the round with all the ults. They burnt 3 of them.
Yeah, 3 get in. And you got to argue even there, if Munchkin had got down into sewers, he's probably looking to put the lockdown as well because things spinning or spiraling out of control so early on there. Like I said, it's another situation where the timing on the flash, then the swing through from Sire. I got to say, I just feel like that they're still not kind of respecting Kankang's ability to post up very deep and land shot after shot.
Well, I think they will now.
Again, just reset back towards the vanilla Valorant, right? Zeta clear through with the drone, spot out the operator. It's T1 aren't really, you know, catching their breath in the early round to really get a grip on identifying where Kankang is. And I've got to say it, when a Jet is playing like this, you have to slow things down. The other thing as well, you're not seeing in the early round, you know, the other big objective versus the Cypher being remove some of the utility, right? Force an adjustment on the defense of EDG.
I think you're right, actually, in phrasing that. I feel like I've just seen T1 being forced to play EDG's game rather than trying to maybe change the tune a little bit to something that suits them.
Look at the minimap.
Much better.
Like EDG can rotate so early here.
And they go and walkabouts again. They have full control on this. It's so one-dimensional that T1 are trying to pull off here. The lockdown, yes, goes in, but they're already going to go hunting on it, and that's it gone. Can anyone defend it? No. It's instantly taken out of equation. Zeta gets away with a chance on this, and yeah, EDG, they have everyone there. That's 12, and T1 look lost here, Mike.
Yeah, that felt a little desperate. Munchkin, no support to reinforce the lockdown to make sure that it actually does clear out sight. And EDG with the perfect read. Like I said, Chichu, even here, 15 seconds into the round, nothing's spotted on the spy cam. There's no pressure towards utility. He's already rotating through. I think EDG's intention there is to deny the lockdown from the get-go.
Yeah, a call for fundamentals for T1, and it's been absent here. Maybe taken out of their comfort by what we're seeing from EDG, but... And now, Can with another opportunity. On the other side is Ban, Sheriff. Not much more. Munchkin just walking in, drifting into Garage. Feels sloppy.
Yeah, feels like lacking a little bit of composure here. Can will find Ban. A 5v3 now. EDG with their sights set on closing Haven out. Like I said, I think EDG only losing 17 rounds on the defense so far this year on Haven. We're looking to try and maintain that sort of record here.
Well, this one looks all but over, and it is 13-7 EDG. Fantastic form. That's why I start thinking that way, but who knows? We'll find out in a couple of seconds, in a couple of rounds. One of these two teams will be absolutely devastated at this one, because this has been a hard fought for game. T1 going to be starting out on the defending side. EDG to set the pace on the attack. It's map 3, and it deserves to go the distance.
Really looking towards EDG to make something happen here on the attack as well. Set themselves up comfortably, because it's the weaker side of their Pearl. In terms of the stats here, a big gap towards B. G2 send a snake bite over the top here. But T1 starting to explore elsewhere. Sire player's got some space to work with. I think maybe just waiting on some contact here, because he's got a very deep position. Doesn't have to overstep the mark just yet.
I like seeing this, though, that he isn't overdoing it. But now with the pressure towards that B site, he's going to start moving forward. Now, there is still that presence towards middle between, what, Munchkin? Oh, Lord, Munchkin's got dinked down. There's so much trouble. That turret seems to be napping right here. But well, you're absolutely right. Sire removed. This is now a problem. They are surrounded here. It's down towards Ban, Munchkin, and Carpe. And he's actually got the first, but the trade is there. Nobody's got him. This is Manic again. Ban the next one into the blender as nobody greets him with a smile and sends him back home. It's down to Munchkin, who just got dinked instantly the second they stepped through those double doors. How much more can one man do? Not that much.
It's a beautiful setup in mid here. Two people posted up on double doors and just a solo swing out. Like you said, massive amount of damage done onto Munchkin, but Kankang's just posted up, anticipating this flank coming through. Beautiful stuff. Again, not really complementary positions here between Carpe and Ban either. To try and secure some sort of control over towards back halls on B. EDG will get a pistol on the board.
Okay. Sheriff out for Sire. And EDG making no subtleties with their initial look towards A. Yeah, Sire player trying to shift through here. That turret will be a nuisance. And keep in mind how close Smoggy is. I was hoping to see if he could catch Smoggy on a swing, but Smoggy not really having any of it. Let's finally get contact, but while this all happens, look towards the A side. They're actually pushing straight through towards R. Munchkin does well to even get one there.
Getting punished, but Zeta now finds himself in a 1v3. Only a classic as well. I think there's going to be a chance for him to rotate and even find a pistol or upgrade to the SMG. Smoggy the first one, and will find it. EDG 2 up here. Curious how T1 are going to approach this round. EDG feel a little more tempered here in approach. Definitely haven't got that same explosiveness we've seen employed on the other maps. Kankang just bringing a frenzy into the previous here. We'll actually throw a rifle in here. Actually, yeah, no, just swapping out last second to the Stinger. So maybe looking towards getting that operator online nice and early.
And for T1, for like the mental reset more than anything, I need them to have a clean round.
Yeah, for sure. EDG ride the momentum in that second half performance on map 2.
pick up the pistol here.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, if they don't stop that trend early, kind of stem the bleed a little bit, my worry starts that T1 just don't feel the game. And they still have a couple of, you know, those younger-ish players, less experienced players they're trying to integrate as well in. And again, that can weigh very heavily. So EDG almost kind of taking pause for thought here, kind of working through the utility that's in front of them. Taking a little bit of contact over towards double door. Ban is there. They're just shifting in through towards Art.
Remove the alarm bot here. Still some molly set up towards main. Munchkin looking to post up on it. He's now looking the wrong way. Should note the nano coming through though. Ban's found one elsewhere. Howdong removed.
Okay. Keep them a little further away here. Let's look at that sight crunch coming in. How much room do they get here? Zeta doesn't get affected by the flash, but nobody does well. Takes down one. Has to hold for a second here. Spike just about crossing on through. Unorthodox plant, but it will go down. Munchkin overwhelmed. Now I'm worried. Now they're in a post plant. They can't really recover too many of these weapons. That's one bonus for T1, but they still got to figure this one out. There's still problems. Nobody still has that Bulldog.
It'll take Sire a while to close this gap as well. But look at Chichu. He's gone exploring. He's looking to wrap back through spawn.
Oh, the timing. Nobody's gone down, but Kang does find Ban. Here we go. They're trying to make this one work. They're taking away so much of that economy, but already it's starting to be a bigger problem here because Kang's just got down Carpe, and that's just Sire player. Big shot on one, but can he find the second? Chichu still standing, closing the gap. Oh, he got the defuse. Barely scraping by. T1 do post it on the board, but EDG do everything else.
Sire with the Red Bull clutch to get T1 their first round here on Pearl, but by the finest of margins. Alex said, the point at which Chichu's wrapping into spawn there, Kang actually regroups with the dash. But they relinquish a little bit of control. They lose line of sight on the spike, and that first half defuse just makes it so awkward for Chichu to make a decision. Even their side having the second cloud burst as well.
Yeah.
Crucial sequence of events.
Well, certainly wasn't clean. Certainly wasn't what the doctor ordered. You're seeing it now. Spectres, Guardians, Bulldogs. T1 trying to stitch together a buy that can be fashioned into something.
I've got your
EDG showing all this intent towards A. Seeker's going to come through, reveal two of the players quite clearly. Smoggy going to be actually threading the needle nicely, but he's going to be noted. That should be the swing from Munchkin, and he gets overwhelmed. Smoggy gets to live, and now that's a big success towards the site.
Double flank coming through though. Carpe and Sire. So really hoping that Zeta can survive this.
Oh, there's a pocket to play in. Safe's the wrong word, but he's still alive.
Spike planted.
5 HP.
Oh, ridiculous, but another plant. And last time we saw a Coyote was Kang getting caught off there. Sire player way closer than he expected, and he had support. And now Ban isolating the fight towards nobody. The only one to answer back so far was Chichu with a quick trade. Sire player going to keep things back into hand. It's all on Smoggy. A 1v2. He makes it to the 1v1, but Ban standing alive, staying alive.
Thank God Zeta survives. Buys time for this flank to come back through. Because actually when they finally find a kill on the flank, that's when EDG start panicking a little bit. They don't have any comfortable positions then. Once main is compromised, Kang, you can see, completely caught off guard here. Not even sure, actually didn't know the placement of the utility here. Of Smoggy. It really should be him disconnected here. T1 keep looking to find value.
Anime battle. Knives on both sides.
Okay.
That's all I think they're going towards long. You ready?
Yeah.
It's going to be so underwhelming. Here we go. This is the fight we want to be seeing.
Maybe not.
Actually, could be nuts. The flash goes in. Kang gets a couple of steps in. Close to the gap. He's absolutely nuts. There it is. The true protagonist. Going to take towards the side, take the space. Just trailblazing the way for his side.
Not much of a fight, to be honest with you.
Just not an enviable position, is it? And Kang once more. This guy's just hopping around. He just wants to fight. He's begging for someone to try and take him up on the challenge. Zeta's slowly trying to creep away. He's going to find the first. Howdong does go down. So maybe there's a little bit of room for, you know, a little bit of something. Another fight. Okay. okay, he's going to keep his life, but down to 5 HP. That's it. Surely that's got to be Raps. Yeah, okay, they're going to back away. So the anime battle has been won out. Not too bad.
Yeah, another round on the board, a third here for EDG. Again, a crazy exchange here to start this off. Even the Reckoning coming through as well. Beautiful stuff from Kankang.
It's just the fact that he sees those 3 players there. So
He's had so many rounds today.
Yeah.
So many. I mean, that's...
Make a frag movie of just this
Yeah.
game. Screw the rest of the tournament. Just this. I don't know how much of a tournament they'll get to play. Who knows? But literally, this game is enough for most people's lifetimes of clips. That's obscene. It's obscene. 2 to 3. T1 going to have to pick themselves up off the floor. Rebuild into this.
Early space garnered here, though. A broken purchase. Sire on the rifle. Zeta donning the judge here. Lockdown will come through and clear majority of B side. Little pocket to play in, yes. It's already pinged out here. The awareness is there from EDG. They're going to have to clear this corner. It's going to be the Trailblazers that potentially do it. Zeta's just outside of it. So give it a chance.
And he takes it. He does quite well. Kankang's gone down as well. This is good. They're making a bit of a fight out of this one. Keep themselves standing. Sire player going to take down nobody. They don't get the plant. The spike left deep at the back. Tricky now. There's Smoggy and Chichu trying to navigate this new conundrum in front of them. Can they get that spike back? For now, yes, wall in the way. They get a little bit of a moment. Armbot goes in, but finding a safe plant here, Mike, isn't going to be easy.
Definitely not. Chichu does have 2 snake bites. Work with here, but Seeker's employed and looking to try and pre-take here, but EDG ready for it. Chichu's found 2.
Smoggy!
Found another!
Oh, they found them all!
Ridiculous from EDG. Baiting out with the tap of the spike. Seekers invested. T1 look to try and make their numbers advantage work, but they play right into the hands of EDG.
Show me this again. Okay, yeah, Chichu, beautiful work. And the fact that Smoggy's able to just swing around in time to catch those final 2 is that Seeker connected. Oh, wow. And okay, let's kind of hit the brakes here, because I don't know if they're going to hit the timeout here for the likes of T1. They might have to. I again, don't know this team as well. They still got to buy here. That's got to be devastating, right? Like, that's a heartbreaking round. Absolutely. You're losing that, a 2v, what is it, 4? Especially after the Kankang round, you've had so many big mental rounds put against you.
Especially when they did the hard work. Mitigating the lockdown, they find the difficult kills, deny the plant as well, force EDG into what feels like a very difficult to recover position. Some adjustment here of the utility.
Good look. Okay, Munchkin.
Freebie.
That's not bad.
Well.
Chaos on the side going to continue until now. Okay. So we have a whole lot of ults in play. Munchkin's still got his. We just saw the Chichu's invested theirs. Lockdown going to come in. Cause a couple of issues.
I was going to say, yeah, denies the Viper's Pit, but only really forces them to the front side of Pillar. So gives them a very comfortable position to set up here.
Okay, lockdown, but Chichu
this is
trying to stay
disgusting.
safe.
Sire, full clear this?
Sire, you're going to check, Yes, you do, Sire. Great heads-up work there. Now we're looking at the back 3. Who's still alive? Not too many. Nobody might be enough, though. Can they deny the defuse is still be going? And Sire pulled away from it. Walks on in. Nobody backhands him. They can't stop the defuse. T1 holding it down.
You say there's an open sideline here. The lockdown doesn't force them all the way behind Pillar. But EDG can't hold on to this. T1, again, that timeline looking pretty similar to what they were trying to pull off on Haven. Only round wins coming through from defusals here. A huge kill here for Munchkin to find a freebie and reset off it. He's the one to come through in the back end of this round as well to seal the deal for T1's third.
It's a brawl, Mike. Right back to business. Kang up against Sire, and Sire to win out. Nobody, though, did well last round, wants to do well this round. 7 more bullets and 1 more victim. Can't get it, though. Ban stays alive. He wins out the battle and leaves him with the player advantage in a 3v2.
Just catching the edge of that wall. Blocks LOS for Ban to find the kill. Chichu will reveal his position here. The snake bite. A little bit of a gap. I'm not sure why Zeta's not picking up the slack on either side of this. Finally going to pick up the angle towards Art.
I'm worried about Smoggy.
He's given a chance.
Okay.
Zeta shuts it down.
Oof. Okay, so should be not a problem. Right, we're good.
Should be not a problem.
Should be not a problem. Look how decisive I am in my verbiage.
Munchkin surely finds this one.
45 HP though.
Yeah, it's not doable.
It's not doable. 40 seconds.
He's going to give it up. Wow.
Huh? Even Chichu's like, wait,
yeah.
is that? Huh? Well, they
paying
really
a lot
want
of
this round.
respect. Yeah, a lot of respect.
It says a lot about T1 right now, if anything. Making, yeah. No mistakes in this. And Chichu's just...
This is twice now that the stars aligned, that T1 and EDG both focus one of these extremities in the same round. So only really seen those to be rounds where there's any sort of, I guess, commitment to the opening engagement on both sides. Like I said, both teams finding it in the right rounds.
I want to see Zeta at least get the upgrade. And sat there with a bulldog the entire time. There we go. Treats himself. But Chichu, well, I mean, in a 1v2 there at the end, he at least drawed out the ult, which you'll take. You'll absolutely take that.
Yeah, you pull the pit away in a round where it's already concluded. Obviously, T1, like I said, paying a lot of respect to Chichu still being alive, but so I'm curious of whether or not anything else is going to come through for EDG. 2 stingers, Phantom in the hands of Chichu, 2 sheriffs to round things out. Nobody does have the Seekers, but not really close enough to any other ultimates to get anything going here for EDG.
No, I mean, if you get like an opportunity, if there's something you can springboard off, yeah, maybe you throw it in if you get a couple of big starters.
Well, he looked towards Smoggy potentially. He's 3 away though, and Kang
Kang changed his crosshair. I think he has. I feel it's just like the normal black cross earlier. Who knows? Because he does do the wiggly mouse moves. He's got the Kiebi aim, so it just keeps my attention. This time, no opportunity to bring it into pair. Baghdadi holding well. Seemingly very aware of their wants in this. Sire player greeting nobody, so the split really doesn't find too much. And now trying to cross through from this position would be a death funnel coming out of there.
And we'll find one. Chichu does respond. 4v2 now. Carpe though. Wow, because they should find the second. The Smoggy responds.
No.
Find another one.
Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. It's all good.
I was just about to say T1 feel as if they're stabilizing a little bit in this half, but luckily closing that one out. Find their 5th. 1 ahead now of EDG as we enter round 10. This is a crucial one for EDG, yeah. No surprise to see the timeout coming through here.
What have they got in the kit?
Lockdown available, Seekers available as well, but like I said, a couple more ultimates just to miss.
Okay. I just feel it very hard to categorize EDG because it's like sometimes they're gonna have they just seem to have rounds where it's like it feels hard to characterize what works for them in a weird way. It's like they have so many rounds. Yeah, exactly. It's one of those teams where it's very hard to like sit back and look and go, okay, well, can they replicate that? And then the weird thing is, yes, because apparently Kang is the best player that we've ever seen.
Actually, here on the attack, I don't want to say he's having a bad half, but
no,
certainly a quieter performance than we've seen across the first 2 maps.
Yeah.
Smoggy stepping up to the plate once again on this Killjoy. Haldong down at 1 and 9, but you can't even really blame him for some of these rounds and how they're going out, especially on that Harbor. It's almost similar to Sage duty. Sometimes you're the one that does bear the brunt of a lot of utility. Yes. Soulcast duty. I just call that
Soulcast duty. Yeah. He's here at this event though, so it's fine. You know, he's.
I've had this chat with him.
You've gone through
it. Yeah, he's alright with it. Yeah.
I mean, after lock-in, he probably wasn't alright with it then.
I left it a month or so.
Got it. Yeah, you let it cool down. Like the knifing on Haven. There's so many.
I think.
Yeah, but that's pretty nice. Yeah, that was alright. Well, our focus aside, it is 5-4. Still, it feels inseparable with these teams, but there has been a string of rounds now from T1. So, on to back for EDG. They have some options to work with. Let's see what they go for.
And the reason I say starting to stabilize is because they're not conceding plants now. We're talking about heavily relying on, or being forced into a position to find diffusers to win out rounds. In 2 rounds now where time and elimination has decided it.
I want to see what the purpose in this round is going to be of Chichu here. I assume he's just holding space for them to go for this late rotate, but...
Yeah, but where's the pressure come from?
Yeah.
T1 haven't set our fact finder, but after the Trailblazer being spotted and no follow-up coming through, Ban's already preemptively rotating.
Yeah,
and like I said, this Killjoy setup is to minimize the, I guess, freedom inside the cove to find this plant. So, well, it should buy time, but already T1 making their way this direction, Lauren.
Yeah, the flash that went out after the rotation of Ban is going to confirm the suspicions. They know it. Yeah, it's going to be a bursty piece. Going to use the Seekers to try and get through. You can see him isolating a little bit. No denial of the plant just yet, though, and Can gets handled. Xayah player sends him back to the menu this round. Aldong trying to close the gap, a big opportunity. Puts his life on the line and succeeds. Chichu doing incredibly well. And that is a round flipped on its head from what I expected.
Absolutely, it's a late round hit that just looks so comfortable for EDG. T1 left scratching their heads, honestly. Haldon completely unnoted.
And if you look at, again, protocol list of things that are meant to work out, well, you get the early read, you get the early rotation, you get the bodies ready on the side. But again, that play coming out from Haldong just kind of willing to tank the damage.
They pivot so quickly out of committing to this plant, by the way. Cove goes down, a little bit of pressure felt on the other side. Nano Swarms don't really achieve anything. Lockdown goes in, and it's Haldong with the spike to swing through back halls and find a 2-piece.
I didn't even notice that.
It just, again, the audible there for EDG in that chaos. And like I said, it looks so comfortable.
These two teams so close, 5 apiece now. Cyberplay needs a big round here, though. The rest of the 5 very shoddy, and Chichu deals with them instantaneously. That's your heavy hitter now gone. Down on the others, try and do something with very little. That's not bad. Munchkin, remember those 3 he got before? He tried it again. Massive work from the boy, but now down to Ban and Zeta. Yes, he does have the Bulldog on Ban, but any opportunity to use it yet to be seen.
Zeta forced back by the first snake bite. Second one going to come through as well. She does have the Viper's Pit if he wants to throw in here. There's a 3v2. Advantage EDG. Late flank coming through from Ban. You said Bulldog in hand, but there's a lot of ground to cover here.
Yeah.
Right there. Blocking fire.
Expecting some utility here. Tries to block it off with the cove, but there's nothing there. I'm not even sure actually can they spot the edge of that cove. Doesn't even matter. Chichu will find it. Just Zeta and a Frenzy.
I've heard the Frenzies are quite good, but I don't think they're this good. Michael, I see in the eyebrow raise.
I'm not making any faces. It's doable.
Yeah?
Yep.
Believer? Cool. Yeah, this is now just going to dwindle down on the time. This round wasn't going to be particularly much for T1. Looking to see if maybe there was something that could have happened with Xayah player, but with him being found so early on. And, I mean, Munchkin made a great go of it. Can't say he didn't. But freestanding, Zeta's going to go down to the spike. EDG will hold the round now. If it's true to what we've seen so far, first 2 maps, 6 apiece, both times on the half here. I wonder, can we see the same again here?
Like I said, really, you're looking for EDG to make this as best they can on the first half, because that's where it sits a little weaker. I think overall this year, 68% round win rate on the defense, which is terrifying. So if they find a lead here in the first, T1, the odds are stacked against them.
Okay, Kang unnoted by that flash early on. Xayah player playing anti-flash off this. Has to turn
Brave, actually. Very brave.
Yeah, that's ridiculous that he went for that. I mean, it wasn't necessarily a bad call, but he has forced them away into the eyes of Munchkin. Catching Smoggy on the other side is big. That's going to take away a little bit of that mid-pressure.
And this has been missing from the last few rounds, a free opener from T1. And a 10-second gap or so behind it before any possibility of contact to come through from EDG.
There's no one on the A side. That does make...
And Kang's not found the space. He's got the operator, so he's slowly clearing through. And actually burn his dash up very early on. So got to wait for his teammates to back him up.
Do they have anything to play off side? Okay, so they've got Munchkin's ult here as well.
Say, yeah, they're
Seeker.
sitting deep now for the lockdown.
Yeah, they're going to have the Seeker go through, which does reveal that one player towards middle as well. That's going to be quite indicative of Chi-Chu's position.
As I say, Chi-Chu is spotted out with the Seeker, but does the pinch come through? Because I think Munchkin wants to get this as deep as possible.
It looks like they're trying to isolate so they can't be counter-swung. And there it is. Okay, big pickup.
That's
There's
the lockdown
ult.
he wants.
Okay, it's going to force a little bit more of a presence towards CT from EDG, but with Howdong going down, that's a problem. It's not an easy fight. Sire player, great connection. It's all on one. How much can Kang do a 1v5? This needs a lot of work. It ain't going to happen this round. It feels fated to once again see that 6-6 scoreline. These two teams are going the distance, Mike. EDG. Full faith. All right, that's fair. Look, I kind of wrote down this up. Sue wants EDG win. I mean,
I think
she's
she's
getting
mentioned that a
game.
couple of times.
Yeah, just subtly. Very subtle, though. Okay. Let's kind of take a step back here, because I think a lot of our expectations have changed since the start of this game after seeing the pacing coming out from EDG, the capability of T1 to match that, and then kind of even going further than that for T1, right? Kind of, you know, trying to deal with Kang, and then him still succeed. It's been a ridiculous affair between these two. Do you think this is the cracking point for T1? Is this just out of their reach? Is this time that EDG finally push through for that first win?
I think they need to confidently set the tempo here early on in the second half for me to feel confident about them pulling this back. Again, EDG actually conceding a lot of space here, but look at the mini-map. Look at what Munchkin's got to deal with here. Lots coming through. He is hard cleared. He gets the first, he gets the second as well.
He's so clean with it, Munchkin. 2 big shots. And yes, Kang still stands, but that's massive. That's bought time, it's bought presence. All that attention now turning.
And full side control as well, so Chi-Chu going to have his work cut out for him. It's the solo player here to try and crack back through from spawn.
But the time is running so low now. For them to just close the gap here, they can just start playing with that clock, right? Buy a couple more seconds. You can hear it starting to get faster and faster. Kang wants to get down towards it. Smoggy, big pick. Kang's found carpet, but they got to make a move on this runabout now. They are running so low on the time. Smoggy has to defend. Kang forced off it. He can't do any more here. Drags them to their grave with him. But it will be T1 to get the first.
It goes out in style nonetheless. And actually, 5 orbs towards the Blade Storm. Sorry, 4. Did fall to the spike.
Yeah.
Again, good progress for him nonetheless. Yeah, if he gets cleared there, definitely doable for EDG to make something happen here. T1, I think EDG at least feels like EDG have definitely dominated the pistols in this series. So T1, an opportunity here to get something done here on the back of it. Much deeper investment of the Trailblazer here to clear out this close space. T1 maybe wanted to set the precedent of some B pressure here early on in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, that wall's going to make it tricky. They might have to respect that until the Cove. That will at least maybe give them a little bit of room to work. You can see Chi-Chu looking into it. Hold on! This is getting messy until then. Zetas as well controls the madness and the mayhem. Cools it down a bit. Kang can do no more. It will be fine in the end. Got a little bit dangerous, a little bit, you know, boisterous, but they relaxed.
Actually, a cleaner conversion here. I feel like actually...
Pretty clean as we've seen so far.
Yeah, a lot of times EDG pack a punch in these sort of rounds where they don't bring an awful lot in. 2 rounds to start things off for T1. I'm curious, like I said, if that is to kind of plant the seeds and draw maybe this defensive setup towards B site early on, and T1 look to maybe rely on that conditioning. And really that's to force Kang into a position to try and anchor this B long area. We see time and time again on Pearl. A bit different here though, Sire disconnected.
He's got a lot of space though.
Yeah, identified a gap actually.
I wonder if we see that appear later on in this. Now,
The pings come through from EDG though. They're aware of exactly where he's drifting.
great guesswork from them. Just feeling maybe no pressure towards B long, but now with the hit towards B, they might turn attention. Howdong so ready for it though. Sire player, as you highlighted, was so expected. Chi-Chu on the support as well. Not allowing Smoggy to fight alone. Yes, taken low, but still. Plant gonna come in. What can these 3 do here? Ban not so much, but Zeta going to be thriving in this.
It's got a pit.
Massive.
That's huge to get this online.
That's going to cover through well. Zeta trying to slip away a little bit there. Make them work for their dinner. The 3 players remaining still got the flash, still got the dog as well for nobody. A lot to be played with there for them. Team's not trying to clear through. Won't find Zeta just yet though. We're still going to need a lot of work coming out from Carpe as well to try and support this. Only got that Spectre, but he does really well. T1. Beautiful work there, and Zeta heroics.
That is massive to convert this. 9-6 ahead now. Kang, 1 off the Blade Storm. Not going to have that off the rip yet. Well, not T1. The awareness is there to try and deny the orbs here, considering what has happened throughout this series.
I feel like, especially after the last map when like EDG kind of really started to tear away with it a bit, starting to look more confident. Seeing T1 with an opportunity to go up on the second half is huge for them, right? It's like 9-6, gives a little bit of buffer.
I feel like they've been forced into recovery mode time and time again in this series.
That's incredibly hard for them to do. Obviously, when you've got Kang in your face, just doing like
even on Fracture in a 13-10 win, it felt like that.
Absolutely. Let's see how they fare with a little bit of an upper hand here. 2 players stacked towards the back of the site. Carpe going to isolate Howdong quite quickly here. EDG very close by though. Flash going to go in. Kang ready to try and pounce on this, but they're not going to find much success just yet. It's Smoggy trying to find a couple of players here. Kang, what can you do? That's not bad anymore, would have been better, but that's all he can achieve this time. A Smoggy with a Sheriff and a Dream, and it's going to be crushed. Nothing more out of that one.
EDG have to answer back now. They have the benefit of the round loss bonus here to potentially ride through a light shield purchase, but they invest everything, including an operator, a glass cannon nonetheless. So EDG will call the timeout here because this is crucial for them here on the deciding map.
The sad thing is the real consideration of that heartbreak again on Pearl, right?
Yeah, different affair this time around because, a little bit of a gap developed here. I believe EDG in that second half got to 12 very quickly and 100 Thieves clawed their way back in.
Yeah. Does EDG even have that in them yet? They haven't really got a grip much onto this half yet at all. Again, converting as we've seen T1 do, converting the bonus here. It's instantly put them in that bad position, right? It's very tough to come back from this scenario. That was a weird noise. I caught you off guard as well. I heard it. I saw your face. I would say though, yeah, it's just going to put them instantly under that pressure situation. It happens. We've seen teams lose that bonus conversion. They haven't been able to kind of do what was done by the likes of T1. That's incredible for them. Set them up to succeed instantly on double digits. You couldn't ask for a better start to a second half. However, it's not over yet, right? Now we're just into the bye rounds.
Sure, but I feel like it very much could be. This is potentially T1 finding 11, breaking the bank, and actually if EDG invests these 2 ultimates now, that could be a game changer.
I have faith.
Okay, like I said, EDG have to answer back now. The time is now to have a say in this second half of Pearl. Blade Storm and Seekers available for T1 as well.
And it looks quite quick from T1, at least initially. Making no subtlety of that early presence towards A.
The conditioning's worked. It's forced the adjustment of Kang over towards B. There's a gap created towards A here. Can T1 catch the timing? Howdong
has to sit so deep on this. They've cleared so much space here as well. T1 swiftly making this work. And now the post plant should be quite comfortable as well. 3 players kind of sitting very actively here.
Difference being Munchkin has the utility in place to address this flank, yet already noted.
Yeah, but how are they going to try and clear through these players? That's what I'm looking for. Munchkin does really well towards nobody. They want to go even further. Yeah, they're chasing him down. They just found Smoggy, making it hurt. This is gorgeous from T1. A pace change in a moment like this. It's going to need something from this man. But it feels like the time's almost gone already. By the time they get here, I don't think they can do any more. I think they have to back away, especially with that operator in play.
Beautifully done. Like I said, T1 swing out of this timeout. And you got to admit, EDG probably feeling like they have to address the B-long hold.
Of course.
They can't concede that amount of space because T1 were running away with those rounds in terms of freedom. Like I said here, it's not a slow push towards A. Immediately identifying that window. Find the plant and it's comfortable. It's an aggressive post plant as well on the back of the flank being identified, they actually pressure all the way in towards connector. Not trying to find that flank. I think maybe anticipating. Yeah, they might have cleared through all the way through B. That might be 2 or 3 people coming through on the flank. Beautiful stuff from T1. Really, really well constructed.
Now you start to panic if you're EDG.
Absolutely. It's off kilter now in terms of the purchase as well. I mean,
Lost down those Seekers too.
Yeah, Kang down to 550. No blades.
Oh, this is all a fake as well. There's no intention behind this just yet. They were trying to work towards middle. Once again, exploring through art here. Not going to be watched here, though. Kang, well aware of this until then. Loses his sight lines on this. Takes the next look, though. Finds Munchkin. This is the damage he needs to achieve, and he has to still do more. One is not enough. The rest of his team, keep in mind, are on Sheriffs, excluding Howdong. That's it. Kang trying to catch the cross on the way out. Spots nothing because Carpe tucks in towards that right side corner. Lockdown going to come through as well, trying to clear through that side. Chichu's found Zeta. Hold on. Okay, they ain't done yet. That lockdown will have to be respected. It's forced him slightly further away. Carpe now next on the chopping block. Does go down, and now down to 2. Sire and Ban, are you got anything to say about this one? No! Kang again, still doing damage. Ban, the last one alive, is overwhelmed, and EDG hold on for another round here.
That's the round they put up. Ridiculous. I've got to say, it's another one where there's just half a second either way. Somebody swings onto a dry angle that Kang swings back out into. And Munchkin the one to ultimately be punished here.
One enemy remaining.
I feel like I've said that a number of times in this series. Again, beautiful utility to obviously seal off behind that lockdown, but it just needs to be a little bit more shallow. Just focus on the side control.
Okay.
EDG cling to life though, Lauren.
Just about. Operators in play for both sides. Kang, does he suspect that Zeta's already crossed through? A little bit of utility could have facilitated that, but they've been conditioned, right? They've been told to believe that it could be presence behind this, but they're going to the one man. The one man who's truly been able to stop them. 4 players waiting towards long. He feels the pressure. The wall comes in. How much can he do? He's got an army on the other side. He's already taken one away. Does get closed down on though. Great works from Sire, who springs into action and takes a step further, but they didn't clear backside. Hold on. They ain't out of the woods just yet. Nobody's done massive work. And don't forget about the likes of Smoggy Sillinger around here. How long can fight Sire player? They are not done yet. Yes, Kang fell, but the rest still held their own here. Carpe's gone down, and now it's just Munchkin, and that spike is out of hand. He is not able to play any around this. He's got to back away here. Tries to reset a little and hope for the best, but right now, EDG, they're digging in their heels. They are not going to go quietly out of this game. And Munchkin, a chance, and the tag. But 3 players, that ain't gonna be easy. Feels like he's reading it right. But can he get that first kill? 13 seconds. Been a little unlucky. Not a chance in hell. EDG, 3 standing, operator back. They're back in the game, Mike.
It's just a little overzealous from Sire. Again, I think reading into, yes, they've put Kang in this hard anchor position. There's gonna be a huge gap. And when he finds his second here, I think he's just thinking, yeah, it's free, guys. Follow me up. But then Ban swings ahead of the cove coming down, and things start to spiral out of control. This one slips through T1's fingers.
That's the hope they need, though, for EDG. This kind of just reignites what they had. Probably weren't happy at the end of that.
Yeah, and that clips from
that might have been the
earlier on in the round.
Yeah. Timeout here for T1 if you are wondering. And rightly so, this is the first 2 that EDG have posted in a while. That momentum switch has truly come into effect, right? We're starting to see that little change up here. So a little bit of a different look in that. Now, Kang still playing such a pivotal role. Solo anchor almost on that. Still finding a bit of value, still playing out very well. Buying enough time for those rotations. But again, do you think T1 can navigate around him? Do they need to? What can they go back to here? What option-wise left for T1 now? They're at 11 rounds, Mike. They only
they still have a lead to work with here, and again, You don't really want this one to come down to the wire, but at least the benefit to maybe reset, even if they lose here, they can get a little bit more progress back towards a comfortable ult cycle. But we're back in a position where we're asking them really to slow things down, go back to basics.
Yes.
We're talking about, obviously, identifying where Kang is with this operator and making the decision based on the back of it.
How do you navigate around him? So they're kind of leaving him to explore over towards B long now. Kang does have a challenger in the form of Zeta. Last time around, oh, the challenge is gone. It ain't even a challenge. And as soon as they clear that, look at the rotation as well. Chichu is instantly over towards A.
I know, because he's shouldering that pillar. There's not going to be any second layer to it. Side player trying to creep out, but the spacing's not there. Carpe will fall too.
EDG coming alive now. Starting to look way better off. Starting to get a little bit of fire back in him. Ban noted. Only player unconsidered was Munchkin. The flash going a little too deep, so won't be revealed just yet, but how do you cross that path?
I mean, stuck behind this alarm bot as well. You can see Chichu, Smoggy, just waiting to play contact off it.
This is terrifying, right? Because like you think of the mental game in these, it's just like swings and roundabouts. T1 getting to 11, having that perfect start in the second half, converting the bonus round, everything's looking golden. You kind of figured it out. You conditioned EDG early. You're getting everything you want, and then suddenly, little switch flicks. EDG start getting a little bit, back into this. Kang a little bit more presence, and even if he just has to solo anchor that B site, that might be enough. Yeah,
but solo anchor, but he's back in a position to dictate the tempo of these rounds, and that's where EDG really shine. T1, unfortunately, like I said, lots of positives in the early rounds. Now don't have the benefit of that financial cushion. Here's Zeta down to 2100. Sire didn't note the progress on the Blade Storm, but we'll see it very shortly. It'll be a broken purchase, if any.
Yep.
Yeah, Sire's nowhere near it.
Nope.
Curious, really, of what investment we will see from T1. Bulldog coming in.
Okay.
A stinger in the hands of Carpe.
Oh.
Actually going to swap over, going to try and put Sire in a position to do some work here. The other side of things, a Viper's Pit and a Blade Storm for EDG to work with.
Okay. It looks like T1 to re-explore that B option. Now, we have seen the switch up here. They have put the likes of Kang over towards middle by double door. Maybe just knowing that Chichu has this to invest if needed.
Deep investment of it, actually.
Yeah, that cross feeling treacherous towards Asai, isn't it? Meant to get through that. But again, no adjustment from Kang yet. Still holding towards those double doors, maybe expecting them to fall away from this on the contact of that Viper's Pit. Could get the punish if he holds patient enough, but they could take that deeper route here.
The other thing as well, on the other side of the map, Smoggy does have what's an anti-plant setup here to buy time for the rotation, but it's coming through very early on, actually.
Maybe just
nobody head that way. Maybe to send a flash out, maybe to send the Trailblazer through, and it's actually a flash over the top. So we'll confirm presence here.
That's
a little bit of a red herring, though, Lauren.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. Munchkin is the only one here. 4 other players still waiting. Now they know that this is all but a ruse. What can Chichu do about this one? He's going to be pushed out of position by just a second or two. The Viper's Pit is about to drop.
He loses the pit.
That's gone down now. Grand reveal, hello. They still have, hold on. They're going to check this, right? They do check this diligently. You can see them all trying to get the attention, and Kang still going to be doing damage. Howdong gets away with it, takes out Sire player. He's still taking him down. Carpe falls. They had no idea that Howdong could be here in this corner. Spike left loose. They are backing the hell away. These two players need the rifles because EDG just held them back again.
T1 do so much right here. EDG as well, like I said, that flash catching over towards A. Pulls the rotation, but at the last moment, it's Howdong to cling onto that B-side control and Kang to come back through with it.
But also the fact that the likes of Chichu are fighting so desperately for their attention, right? They're trying to play in Howdong so badly to make it such an issue to clear the other two players that no one's considering him at that point.
Even the Reckoning comes through here and, like I said, mitigates the pit perfectly. But somehow, it's 11-10 now, EDG. 4 rounds unanswered. It's another situation where asking T1 to stabilize, but they've been unable to do so. 5 rounds now.
Kang's here. Haven't seen him on this site for a minute now. We've seen these 3-play splits. This guy seems always good for one. Haven't seen him falter just yet. 3 on the other side, he's still good for it! Oh, and even the backup, the support system, so good for EDG! He's reading him like a book! This guy doesn't know how not to, it finally falls! Hold on! Ban, tell me you got something for me here in a 1v2.
In the clutch again. Can he deliver?
He was good for him, Mike. This is so much on him, though. 58 seconds to play with and 2 to find. Chichu, Stanley, and Smoggy. He's navigated past one quietly. But the second, Chichu could be an issue if he turns around. He hasn't yet. He's not quite checking. But does Ban look back? He does. He's going to find him. Okay, now the 1v1. The steps are going to be heard. Chichu knows it, but does he get around the corner in time? Ban! Oh, he's got around the corner just in time. Chichu's not been running the entire time either. He's creeping up on him slowly. Ban has no idea how close Chichu is. This is a disaster in the making. There's no way out of it. And Chichu's got him dead. And we are tied all even.
What a ridiculous round. It finally comes down to a 1v1. It's 11-11 here. I hate to say it again, Kang rotating once again, but there's no Trailblazer to open up this site. It's a dry swing from Sire with the dash popped. And Kang punishes once again.
I'm looking where he is this round, Mike.
Yeah, now it's T1 are going to try and find some aggression over towards B long.
They can't get away from him.
Kang set up here once again.
He's waiting patiently. T1 could be walking in to their absolute demise. It's 3 players this time. And he's going to hear all of this relayed by nobody. He's still going to be standing. It's Chichu this time to get them too. Kang still waiting on the back lines, has to fall away. Big damage coming in, that's not bad. Taking down those first 2, but look at the casualties they've suffered. Strewn across long. Sire player down, Carpe down, Munchkin down. This could be the lead for EDG. What can Zeta and Ban do?
A chance here to get both ultimates, the Pit and the Reckoning.
Yeah, but get past this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's your first and pretty much last challenge, it feels like. Jump spot for how long? Don't know if you know the player. They're pausing. They're trying to wait for that rotation. But you can already see the back line being cleared by Smoggy. They're not going to fall for any of this. Kang just wait, stand, and deliver. Zeta now down. It's all on Ban in a 1v3. So much on this man's shoulders here. Being held at 11. A tap on the spike just draws in the hunter. Trying to toy with him. And Ban just not getting any opportunity. The shorty is out. And it's damn good. 12 rounds for EDG. T1 held on 11.
Talk about EDG righting their wrongs on the international stage at the start of this map. And an opportunity to do it. To close out Pearl as the decider. Ridiculous stuff here. And the support system in place. Chichu actually delivers the openers here. T1 ripped to shreds here on the second half.
23rd round, they take that lead. Bloody hell. Don't get to see this sort of performance every day, and for T1, this is about to be devastating. They've got ult, so Mike, they've got a lot to play with here, right? They've got, you know, money should be there. Well, maybe not for everyone. Money may not be there, I might have told a lie to you, but the ults are at least there. But they haven't been able to convert those even when they've had the full buys, the ults. Yeah, they're...
Like I said, there's a number of times where T1 just, when they flip towards the other side, there's just a lack of awareness of throwing the Trailblazer out, making sure that Kang's not posted up on an aggressive angle. Even on that previous, they missed the Trailblazer all the way up towards, basically at the top of ramp. Like, again, it can be removed so quickly. The value from that utility has really been lacking, at least here in, I guess, from round 17 onwards. But 6 rounds unanswered here. EDG on the brink of closing out the third.
Okay. Operator down for Kankang. Actually just going to be sitting on the rifle this time. I expected that to carry on through, but feeling that
He's
pressure.
left that somewhere.
Yeah, it feels like he has. He had it. He's going to be around. But do they get to force him away from the first angle? 26 kills already. Superhuman performance from him. He feels all that pressure coming in now. The Zeke's going to be countering it already. You're going to note a couple of players here. Dips away from the fight. Munchkin almost had the best of him. But it's Howdong to succeed against Xayah player. Big trade comes out though. Munchkin still standing. And Kankang removed. It's just chaos on the site already. But look at where the spike is. They haven't fully committed yet. How is he alive? How is he alive? How is this? What? He got nobody! How is this happening? Smoggy now tries to navigate the depths and he's found Zeta. The spike now creeping towards the site. Ban's got Smoggy. It's all on Chichu. This could be 12, and it is! 12 apiece, finally! T1 wake up.
Another overtime for EDG on Pearl.
Oh, good lord.
How will this one pan out? There's one where Kankang here isolated, the raid boss removed. What is that kill, by the way? Zeta is left on 1 HP from the wallbang as well.
Oh, come on.
Slips back into the pit, finds a heal from Carpe. What a way to turn things around and force overtime.
Just, what are you meant to do with that? Coaches, players.
Yeah, because the tempo's all over the place, and that's where you can maybe give a little bit of leeway to T1 being off their game in terms of protocols and stuff. This has been so hard for either team to really, you know, grasp some of these rounds. So difficult to read, like I said, in the first half, really, the stars aligning on 2 rounds where both teams focus the same part of the map, but it's about all there's been in terms of similarities.
OT now. T1 on the defending side, obviously EDG on that attack. Xayah player sitting anti-flash once again, but it's Munchkin with the straight-up spam, gonna catch Howdong, making this site take a little trickier here. And Xayah player, that's bold, and it works! Takes down Kankang and sits a little deeper on the site here. So much damage done so early.
And no chance of a trade coming back through on either of those. So an early 5v3. That player won't be noted here, or at least spotted just yet. Finds another Chichu, will fall.
Oh, he wants more.
Yeah, he's hanging around.
Yeah. I mean, he's been bullied the whole game here, it feels like. Kankang. Oh, belting shot! Go on! Oh, what? Wait, hold on. Hold on, no, Smuggy's 70 HP,
Lockdown
right?
off the plant, though.
No, Michael, I need you to relax. There's no way. There's no way, right? He's a little worried about the T. He's paranoid about the flank. No one's there. So they can just overwhelm, deal with the lockdown. And Smoggy's gonna get another hold on. It's a 1v2 and he's got an isolated fight! Smoggy! Oh!
Not even close.
This is a day 1 game, Mike. I can't be seeing this.
What the hell was that?
Switching sides.
Have you ever seen the stars align like that? It looked like it was about to happen, the most unthinkable. What an absolutely cracking attempt from Smoggy. Yeah, Zeta's grinning.
Zeta's just like, yeah. Come on, guys. Yeah, so good. All good.
I'm not all good, Michael. I need a break.
After that second half, T1 put themselves back in the driving seat. A chance to close things out here.
Operator, right side, right man, 5 players against him. Would it be anyone else? Kankang's here. Can T1 handle him this time? Forced away further. Much better protocols this time.
Absolutely, utility much better from T1 here, but Kankang looking to slip back in.
It's still him. The flash connects. Oh, he gets body blocked. No escape. T1. This might be enough. The 3 other players are still so far. They've secured the site. The last 3 are on the flank. This is so much work for them. And EDG might have let it slip too far away. Smoggy on the trade, but they've got so many players to get through. 4 players in front of them. T1 turning the tides just as is needed. The trade wasn't clean enough. They needed that even smoother. Smoggy tried so desperately in that last round, but the time is running away from him, slipping through his fingertips as T1. It took OT. It took